Good evening, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Aaron O Show. I appreciate y'all being here. It is Monday, July 3rd, one day before the 4th of July, aka Independence Day. So, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Yes, yes, yes. We in the building. I see the gang in the building. GBG in here strong. If y'all not down with the gang, ain't nothing I can do for you. It is what it is. It is what it is. Y'all figure it out sooner or later, all right? Y'all will figure it out sooner or later, right? It's been a long day. So I hope everybody is in good spirits. The health is well, families are doing well. But we back at it again. We back at it again. It is a Monday. I like to stream on Mondays. I like to stream on Wednesdays and then on the weekends. Doesn't mean I'm going to, but I prefer to. But you know me, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I ain't gonna lie and say I'm gonna go to sleep because that's not true. But I will not live stream. I'll just chill. I got a lot of stuff that I'm trying to put in place. It's gonna take me a minute, and everybody is hounding me about it. I hear y'all, I read y'all comments. Uh, I'm trying to figure it out. There is such a limited amount of time in a day, putting things together, making sure it's done right. Um, it's just a lot of work. So for all y'all that's waiting to see what I'm working on, just know I'm putting the work in. I'm figuring it out. But I'm a one man army, okay? I'm a one man army, so I will figure it out. I will figure it out. Love. So you said I scared you with this little old voice? Oh no, I'm the least scariest person in this space. Have you been seeing what's been going on the last few days? Listen, let's just say I talked to the general, right? He said he not playing no more. He said he not playing no more. He tired of playing nice. He tired of being, respectable and kind. He said gloves come off. I hear Team Fatty doing a stream talk about the gloves is off. He don't care. If you get cheeky, man, ain't no, at this point, I'm the only one left. I'm the only one left that will just refuse to indulge with the buffoonery. Okay, I'm not going to indulge in it. I'm just going to watch it play out. But it is what it is. They come in with a vengeance, so y'all better stay out their way. That's all I can say for y'all. But for the rest of us sane people, I'm just like a chat person on the stream. So I'll be hiding in the chat while I'm on the stream. I'll be ghost watching some of my favorite people. Uh, I really just like to be quiet when I'm watching people's streams. I don't want them to necessarily know I'm there because I just want to watch. I just want to watch and be invisible. I know that's probably not the thing that y'all like to do, but I like to be invisible. And what I found is that when you have 4, 5, 600 people in the stream, there's no way 600 people are actually typing in the chat. No way, no way, no way they're typing in the chat. You probably got, if I had to take a guess, out of 600 people on the stream, if you can get it up to 600, that's pretty hard to do. Maybe 150 people are actually typing. And I would argue it may be a little less than that because you'll see the names fluttered, right? And so 400 people watching do not actually type. They do not engage in the chat. They just enjoy the content. They like it. They watch from far back and they just don't engage. So if you really think about that, put that in perspective, there are a lot of people watching that are not actually engaging in the chat. So I'm a ghost watcher. I watch Thanos all the time in silence. Well, I shouldn't say all the time, but when I can, I watch in silence because Thanos, that's my guy. He don't know I'm there, but it's not to be done for like a public thing. It's just because that's just my guy, and I like to sit back and just listen because he got a lot of game. He good peoples, and he always hold us down. So I like to be the silent cloud watcher, and I enjoy it. But for now, it is showtime. All right. This weekend, I did a lot of streaming. My weekends are jam packed with streaming all throughout the day. I have literally no time for nothing else on the weekends. It's just streaming, streaming. My whole day is consumed with it on the weekends specifically. That's just what all my attention derives to. So I don't have a lot of extra time to put into other things. And when I'm not even on cam, I'm focusing on other things to increase the engagement with streaming, subject matters, things like that. Make sure the shows are good. It's a lot of work. So time is of the essence, and it's very difficult, very, very difficult to acquire more. So one thing they're not offering, more time. They're not adding more time to my clock. So I'm trying to do the best to manage it. So I appreciate y'all being here. Mm-mm. You know what? Give me a second. I have to check my settings real quick. Let me check my settings real quick. I have to make sure that everything is good to go. Yes. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's good. All right, settings are good. So last night's stream. Uh, what up, Lee? So last night's stream, me, Trigger Mike, Eat Man, a couple other my guys, we were discussing marriage, right? And you know, Eat Man is a big advocate of marriage, right? And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was beat down. My energy for that stream last night was probably the lowest level that my energy, even when I'm tired, I still have the proper amount of energy to carry and process the stream. But I'm not gonna lie, I was beat down. I think we did AOC right before that stream, if I'm not mistaken, and I had like maybe an hour and a half or two window to prepare for the. I was beat down. So even though I like the points that I was highlighting, the things like that, they did come across pretty well. I wasn't as engaged as I should have been and as I desire to be, although I have conversations in good faith. And Either Man, that's my guy. Trigger Mike, that's my guy. They give a lot of game. I don't care who gives the game. I just want to learn. I just want to listen. I just want to hear. I just want the information. So that's what it's about. Marquise, what up? So we talked about it, and y'all know me. Whenever I get engaged in a conversation, my brain starts to go to scramble mode. Let me figure this out. Let me think about this. Does this make sense? How can I connect these things? How can I highlight these things? And so I says, you know what? We're going to go back and we're going to actually have that conversation. We're going to go back and we're going to actually uh, dissect the real conversation, because honestly, the way that marriage currently exists, does it fit in society? That's my question. Does marriage currently fit in society? It's a real interesting question. Some of y'all think one way, some of y'all think another way. Some of y'all think marriage is fine. It's the people's problem. Kojak, what up, bro? It's just a lot of different variables that I'm seeing, and in these conversations, I'm constantly going back to the drawing board, constantly thinking, I'm constantly hearing perspectives. You know, I got security boss over here. I got Eda Man. They're some of the biggest advocates for marriage in this space. They some of the dopest people in this space. Some of the, in my opinion, some of the most genuine people that really, really want people to do well, and they're trying to navigate spaces for that to be facilitated, right? And for me, I think my role is often to be critical, objective, thoughtful, uh, sometimes aggressive, sometimes demanding, challenging, all those things, right? And actually, shout out to John the Baptist. He is a huge advocate as well. He's always on my back. He's always on my back, beating me down, beating me down. But I love John the Baptist. He is good people. He is somebody that has good spirit. He comes in good faith. He's a genuine person. That's a lot of good people in this space. To be honest, it wouldn't be as much fun. It wouldn't be as a great of an environment without a lot of these people. So I'm always appreciative of them. And I genuinely take what they say into consideration. We all have a connection to each other, building, and so It's a lot of different perspectives. So I really, really sat back and thought about this while I was working, because while I'm working, I'm working. So if I'm working over here, I'm working on streaming over here. Work don't stop even when you at work. You got to be able to compartmentalize like crazy. You have to be. This streaming stuff is difficult, very, very difficult. The hardest part is engagement, keeping the audience engaged, having good content, facilitating conversations. That is some very difficult things, and a lot of people doing really well in this space. I just try to find my niche and just grind it out. So there's a lot of things that I just won't cover. There are a lot of conversations I'm not going to engage in. There are a lot of people that want my attention. They not going to get it. Look, it ain't going to work. So do the best you can, but I'm not worried about you. Most of these people, I don't even know who they are. They know me. I don't know them. And that's the sad part. They know me. I don't know them, but that's their prerogative, right? So, as we engage in this conversation, does marriage currently fit society? CC says, I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. John the Baptist have slowly, I've been converting him to understand we in a very unique environment. But constantly what I'm hearing is this. Marriage is fine. It's the people. Marriage is fine. It's the people. Are the people the same? Have they changed? What is the real answer to this question? And this conversation, I really, really want to get to the thick of things. I really, really genuinely want to get to the thick of things in this conversation. I'm going to encourage people to stay in this conversation. I don't want to be dragged over here and over here. Keep it centered here, okay? I will be a lot more stringent with this conversation because I want to center it, because I want this stream to be focused and highlighted on this, because this is something that is extremely prevalent in society, of this conversation, these outcomes, these desires is very, very important. So I want to make sure that I'm facilitating that, and that will be my goal for this stream. And you guys can make sure that I stay focused on that and don't let people throw us off, right? Because a lot of people try to utilize our conversations for their own personal agendas, and they don't often have the conversation in good faith. They have their own motives. They want to talk trash about these people and these people. They don't want to keep it on the conversation. I don't know why people are designed that way. I don't know if they think they're gaining things by doing so. It is what it is. So, I will say this. My likes was kind of low last show, but last show was insane. Okay, last show was insane. So I will let that go. But I would appreciate it. Get a few likes this stream. Okay, just a few wouldn't be so bad. And my brother AL is in the building. Me and him talk about this conversation a lot. But AL, this particular conversation that I'm about to have, we gonna really, really, really break it down, brother. Shout out to my brother Trucker. Yeah, I see you, bro. We gonna really break it down. The first thing we want to do is get a baseline, to get a baseline understanding of where we exist, where things currently align, right? Let me see what I got here. So let's just dive right here. Shout out to my guys, TJ. What up, CJ? Loso, what up? Loso, what up? I got my brother Granville in the building. GBG is the wave. Let them know, bro. Hey, listen, if y'all not GBG gang, I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all. At some point, we're gonna be looking at y'all side eye, like, you know what I mean? Is you ops or not? So we're gonna figure that out. Shout out to Gville. I shout out to my guy Grizz in the building. Hold it down. And look, I see my guy. We on lock in here. Appreciate you, brother. Health is well. I'm trying to. I'm actually not as hydrated as I want to be, because I haven't had enough water around me throughout the day, because I've been moving so much. I just got home not too long ago, and I jumped right into streaming because it's a jam-packed day. So we don't have a lot of time, but I'm gonna get to it. Ron, what up? So one conversation that we had. Oh, Amber's here. Hey, Amber. one conversation that me and Security Boss had when she said that you take care of your wife for life. And it threw off the whole panel. Like, not what you mean. You mean after she divorced me, I got to take care of her for life? And she was like, yeah, that's your wife for life. Even if y'all not together marriage-wise, that's still your wife, and you still get the benefits. It was a crazy conversation. It was a crazy conversation. I was trying to figure out exactly what she mean. I was trying to apply that to uh, to society now, and a lot of us was on the panel was like, Security Boss, you kind of crazy right now. How you gonna keep giving her benefits after she leaves? Because this is what I believe, right? If you get with a man, you should have the lifestyle of being with that man or that woman, however you guys want to look at that, right? I'm not trying to make it a big deal. You should have that lifestyle. If you leave that person, you shouldn't get to keep that lifestyle. I don't believe that you should sustain that lifestyle. No, if you with me, this is the lifestyle. If you leave me, you don't get to keep it. It shouldn't be sustained by me. Go do it yourself. I believe that's reasonable and fair, especially since the things that historically or traditionally that exist is what the man is providing protection and, you know what I mean, money and finance and all that good stuff. They want that to continue, but the nurturing aspect, the relations aspect is to discontinue after divorce. I don't think that's fair. And it seems like it yields one side, right? And because of that, a lot of men think that they're getting an unfair deal in marriage. And to be honest with you, I think they're currently getting an unfair deal as well. But I understand that they should do more in a marriage because men are expected to be greater. Men are expected to do more. Have no problem with that, but with limitations. With limitations, not no 90 percentage points more, not no a little bit more. I give you 60% more, but this whole 80%, that's ridiculous. I'm not with it. And so we need to narrow that down. We have to figure this out. And but with that conversation that I had with Security Boss, I was trying to figure out what she meant. Now, there was a guy who is a well-known figure. I wouldn't say in this space, but he's a well-known figure. Actually, he's pretty worldly known. I would give it to him, right? And I heard him say something in the interview, and it made me think of the conversation that me and Security Boss had on the panel with a bunch of other people. I can't remember everybody that was on the panel right now, so forgive me if I'm not mentioning them, but I know specifically me and Security Boss had that conversation. And that person was none other than the great Shaquille O'Neal. And what that man said in conversation was this.
I had two perfect women and I messed it up.
Okay.
First one was my baby mother, Ornetta.
Wow.
And then I met Shawnee. Shawnee was also a perfect one and I messed it up.
Really?
Yeah, I was, we were always young and I was just doing dumb stuff. But, the good thing about our relationship is that they forgave me and we have a good relationship now. But when you ask me about the perfect women, I had two perfect women and I messed it up just by, being dumb. I tell my sons all the time, a man has three jobs when it comes to a woman: protect, provide, and love.
Mm-hmm.
Some men can only offer two for whatever reason.
Right.
But I'm going to teach you how to offer all three.
Right.
And that's what I try to do. And even though I don't have a relationship with the women that I let get away, I will always PPL, protect, provide, whatever they need, they get it from me. Shawnee's married. I'm happy for her. I hope this gentleman treats her the way she's supposed to be treated. And I'm going to still love her. And she's still my wife. I will always protect, provide, and love for her, married or not.
Yeah.
Because she
well,
gave
how does
me
that
something.
change, though? Because once you add someone else to the equation, is that a conversation you have first?
No, it's just how I was raised.
Right.
You protect, you provide, and you love your woman. I had to.
Now, when I heard that, I immediately said, is this what Security Boss was trying to tell me? Is this what she was trying to explain? Because he said I had two perfect women. Now that he's exaggerating, but to his degree of what he believes is perfect, now that he's reflecting and he understands what he did in those relationships, He said, Shawnee's married now, but she's my wife. She's still my wife. I'm gonna take care of her still. And I'm like, what the? I'm like, but she remarried. Because remember, security boss said until she remarries. Now, this man said, even if she marries, she's still my wife. I'm still gonna provide. I'm still gonna take care of her. It had me thinking, okay, this is conceptually what security boss was talking about, right? And so it kind of made me think. He said they his wives for life. I don't know exactly how to dissect that. I don't know exactly how to dissect it. I don't know how that can work if she gets remarried. I don't know if that's something practical that you could actually implement, or if it's just a mindset. Shaq is a very, very generous, caring. He's a very giving person. He gives away a lot of money. He does a lot of community work. Uh, he's like a gentle giant, actually. And he's a very, very intelligent guy. He's lived a lot of life, got a lot of experiences. So even though y'all look at him sometimes as he's goofy, I do think he says a lot of intelligent things. I do think he knows a lot more than the way you guys might view him. And so I find it interesting the thing that he said. I'm struggling with it because I'm like, dang, you still gonna protect and provide and all this and love and all this stuff after she leave you and she remarried? But that's what he said. So that particular video got me to the conversation between security boss. Now, I'm going to try to figure that out continuously. I'm going to struggle with that. There are ladies in the chat that want to give me some insight of what that means to y'all, because I don't know. I don't know how you apply that.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Like, we always talk about how we hold a married woman in a different esteem than we do. Hold on, let me turn my mic up. We hold a married woman in a different esteem than we do a baby mama. You know what I'm saying? So she actually went through the motions and she just realized she couldn't do it anymore. So he might be, you know what I'm saying, for the sake of that and the fact that he knows that he was wrong in the situation. It's like, yeah, I got you forever because I was a different individual back then and I wasn't really ready to be in this commitment with you. You know what I'm saying? Type deal. So it might be coming from that place. Also, I think on some level, every man, okay, I'm not going to say every man because we do have the Jay Princes of the world, but a lot of men will have certain favor with the mother of their child, right? Like the one that brought life into the world. You know what I'm saying? Brought the life into the world. There's a special place for that woman. So I could see it from that standpoint as well. But it's interesting nonetheless that that's his take. I think, and I just came from recording a podcast that had a very different type of lifestyle in their marriage. So this couple is married, but they're also, as a married couple, dating another married couple. And that's totally different. I don't want to go off the rails because you wanted to keep it very defined, but I think people have their own terms for marriage nowadays. It's not just the one traditional thing that we think about nowadays. Is that what you were thinking about, Aaron? Like the traditional, when you initially asked the question, the traditional marriage?
Well, I ask open-ended questions because I want people to receive it the way that their mind works. And so that's why I say, does marriage currently fit society? And whatever marriage means to you is how you would define if it fits society or not. Whether it's in a traditional way, non-traditional, whatever you want to call it, I think that is pertinent. But it's interesting you say that you just talked to a married couple with another married couple and things like that. That's complex. That is complex, but that's on topic actually, because it has marriage tied to it. So it's within context of the conversation. So it's perfectly acceptable in this conversation. I think that when we talk about marriage and as it currently fits, we have to examine a whole list of things. Primarily, the first thing we have to examine is society. We have to examine economy. We have to examine laws. We have to examine the current state of health, accessibility of things, movement, like it encompasses so much that we have to involve ourselves in. And I think that what you just described with married couple dating married couple is I don't think that's a prevalent thing. I think that's probably a newer thing that could possibly gain some steam. I don't know, but it is very interesting when you think about currently fitting in society. But dating is not necessarily marriage, so it's interesting to say the least.
Well, I was saying two married couples dating each other. That was the nuance, but I dig what you're saying. So let's look at the traditional marriage, right? The traditional marriage, the traditional setup is the man carries the load essentially, and the woman assists in whatever way she can. That could be housekeeping, that could be taking care of the children, X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we have men or women in mass that are built for that anymore. I don't think we do. I don't think they're out here like that, like they used to be. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these boys that I work with at my manual labor gig, um, they're getting outworked by the women. Sad to say, like they're on their phone, they're distracted, they're not focused. They complain about the work. They don't just go through it. I don't think today's male has been built like yesterday's male in times of old, where there was nothing but the work. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day where our grandfathers didn't have an Xbox to distract us and, you know what I'm saying, escape from reality. People only had reality to deal with. You got to think about the number of escapes people have nowadays. You got Instagram, you got Facebook, you got YouTube. We're on a podcast right now. We could be doing something for our families right now, our home situation. You got Netflix. Everybody's got their own streaming service. You got video games, the whole nine. A lot of distractions exist nowadays that didn't before.
But I think when you make that implication, you have to understand that grandparents used to work 16-hour days in the plants and stuff like that. So they didn't
Yeah.
see their family most of the day. So even though we're on a podcast, it's technically considered work to a certain degree for a lot of us, right? For you it's research. For me, I'm conducting. You know what I mean? So I understand the premise of it, but it's just we've transformed the way in which work is conducted based upon current economic climate and societal positioning. But uh, the thing that I want to get into is that we understand the people are not necessarily the same. Although I'd heard the argument that the game is the same, the people are the same. It's just y'all playing the game wrong, or y'all not doing things the right way. But when you go back and just look how long they've been saying things haven't been working, right? And they specifically talk about the Black community, but I think it's marriage as a whole, right? And they say back then, but then we got footage from things way back like 30, 40 years ago talking about breakdown of families, etc. It's not a new thing. It's not a 10-year thing. It's not a 20-year. This has been happening for a long time. You know what I mean? Like marriage has been on the decline to a certain degree for like 50 years.
Oh yeah, it's really due to I think for the most part it's really due to what we were taught, and not even necessarily by our own family members, but what we were taught when we got out into the world from individuals. Like females were essentially taught that marriage is bondage. Like if you hear women how they talk about marriage nowadays, it sounds like they're doing jail time. It sounds like they're in prison, the way that they talk about marriage. Um, and for the men, you know what I'm saying, how long was the ball and chain a trope in popular media? Oh, you going home to the ball and chain, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's always seems like it's a burden. It's a means to control the other party, whoever the complaining party is. The other party feels as though they're a victim in a helpless situation. So I think it's the ideas. Going back to what I was saying about the young men, the reason why I like working a manual labor job on top of what I do freelance wise is, you know what I'm saying? I think of it as me being paid to work out instead of the other way around. So instead of me getting a gym membership, why don't I do physical labor
Yeah,
and make that my
yeah,
exercise?
yeah.
I
But
think the way people think about things is the problem.
well, I think we can't. Society doesn't fit if every man is doing manual labor. Like
Yeah, true, true.
we've adjusted to that, so that benefits some men and it doesn't benefit others because it doesn't align to their skill set. But I think the most important thing, the thing that has changed the most is you said video games, right? You People have access to more things to distract them and whatnot. But what I have found and what I actually believe to be true is that before what would exist is we would learn about marriage from our grandparents and married folks everywhere around us. Everybody was married for the most part growing up. And when you looked at adults, maybe not necessarily our parents, but their parents for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like their parents and then everybody before them, etc. Right? Our parents probably broke that trend. So we've seen marriage. We understand most people was married around us. That was a common thing. But then video games started existing, but the most destructive thing started to be created, and that thing is known as television. Television started to decide for us what we wanted. And if you listen to CIA talking about control and things like that, people that used to be former CIA, former government officials, they talk about the control of TVs and things like that. Then you hear major billionaires talk about they don't let their kids do this, they don't have TVs in their home, in their bedroom, all these things for obvious reasons. We can look at analytics for engagement and see how long someone's actually liking pictures, stalking somebody's page, et cetera, et cetera. But the biggest thing, and one of the biggest thing that really hit people was what I think is reality TV. And this woman goes on to explain some of the impact.
Reality TV is one of the things that has also come in and destroyed Black marriages. Absolutely obliterated
The media in
with the
general
image.
too, especially reality TV in that way.
It's
I agree.
definitely reality TV.
For sure.
So tell me why you think that.
The imagery. Everybody got to be a baller, boss babe. You know, they doing all of this. They don't need a man. You know, if they getting up there, they looking for a man, trying to find a man.
The way the women are treating each other. I mean, it's just
exactly all the fighting that
I just told y'all that's entertaining.
When I looked at some stuff with him, and I would say because a lot of times we can't get past 1 or 2 episodes for shows that come out. Like, y'all serious with this, right?
That's a fair point.
So let's be honest. Me and you don't really watch reality TV, but we know which part of our demographic that does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And first of all, the people that watch reality TV are the ones that are the easiest influenced. The most influenced are the ones that watch reality TV.
Very true.
They're the ones that are targeted. They're the ones that what they see, they believe that could be them. Oh, that's me. Like it's really, really interesting. And I think it's had such a destructive impact on society as a whole. And I think I don't know if there's anything going back unless we stop having people watch TV. We've cut cable. So now we have people more concentrated on the information that they're receiving. We're making people aware of it. We're charging corporations for, controlling information. You know what I'm saying? So all these things exist, right? What up, Lou? And so I think it's so destructive what we have going on with reality TV, with all the different climates of society. But I think reality TV is probably one of the most impactful for the current society right now, right? And I don't know if I see that changing because we're now going away. This is crazy, right? But J. Cole said he don't believe celebrity is going to exist in like 100 years, right? Because anybody can be a celebrity now. Like we have influencers who are more famous than some celebrities now. You know what I mean? Like it's you're a B-lister to an influencer to a certain degree now. It's starting to become muddied waters to who can influence and control people. So how it used to be, we saw Will Smith in the 90s, man, everybody get to see Will Smith now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just so different. People are within grasp. So we're so interconnected in the ways we've never been. it is extremely destructive to how marriage was designed at that time, right? And I think that plays a huge impact on the I would say some of the breakdowns in marriage, right? And I guess the best way to discuss this is that I'm going to just tell you my insight. I do not believe marriage currently fits society. I think it doesn't fit society at all. And the main reason for that is that we have non-binary people, we have man marriages, female marriages, we have thruples, like we have Muslims who can have, but the problem that exists is that laws, they either encourage or discourage behaviors, activities in society,
True.
right? So we have laws, influence. I didn't say it before. So we have laws that are currently discouraging people.
Someone in the chat asked me how I was doing. I was like,
oh no, okay, look, I got you. And then we have laws that encourage, like for instance, the current laws encourage men and women to be married. That's the current laws per se. Right now you can do the man, but that's the current laws. But if you're a Muslim, you can have up to 4 wives. The laws don't support that. The laws don't support that, right? I think they should. I think that legally the laws should support you having up to 4 wives. Why can't we figure that out? Why can't we figure out, okay, you get 1 wife, let's just say she gets half. You get a second wife, they split a 33 and a 3, whatever it is, we can figure that out. We just refuse to do it because we're using laws to discourage certain behaviors, certain things from coming together. So I've just been noticing that. And as a point of reference, if you look what's going on in Florida, you look what DeSantis did with alimony, right? You guys are up on that. He's like, hey, we need to start encouraging things again, and we need to adjust that. In order to encourage, we must change laws. So when laws change, some people get discouraged and they get encouraged. When men are seeing, hey, they get away with alimony now, okay, we got our eyes open again. Okay, all right, now we might be walking back to this table here. Let's do a little bit more. Let's start to even things out because society has evolved. Society has changed, whether you want to believe it or not, and the laws must do so as well. What do you think about that, Lou?
I think that, shout out to Philosophical, right? System changes people, right? The system that is implemented in society causes people to change, and whether they will progress or regress, meaning move forward or backwards, it depends on the laws that allow you to do a certain thing or that do not allow you to do a certain thing. So I think you're right. We need to change the laws to favor men a little bit more inside marriages if the system wants men to come back to the table. In regards to your original question, though, I think that marriage does fit society, but I don't think that marriage is sustainable in society. You see? So, in other words, I think that marriage in 2023 has a very short shelf life. And because it has a very short shelf life, and due to the fact that it is not sustainable, then when you add all of the rest on top of that as well, men are not going to come to the table. So you need to change these laws so that men are incentivized to get married and stay married, right? And stay married for the right reasons, because we talk about this all the time. Men stay married because it's cheaper to keep her, right? And at the end of the day, a lot of these things when it comes to marriage goes back to money. We know that. And even the system itself, when the system tries to implement certain laws and force people to get married in a certain way, is because, or not, is because of money. So if you keep people single, people spend more. We know that. When people get married, for the most part, they spend less. We know that. So the system will either influence you to do a thing or not to do a thing based on what it needs. And the problem is that we know that the system wants you to stay apart so that they can get that GDP. right? So that people can take the money out of the savings account and buy a car, out of the savings account and buy a house, out of the savings account and go on trips, out of the savings account and buy electronics, out of the savings account. And if you keep them married, for the most part, men are not going to do that. Men are going to keep the money in-house because men understand that they need to build their wealth that way. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but to answer the question again, marriage is marriage is just not sustainable in 2023 for various reasons. This is a very deep, complex issue. Aaron, I wasn't here in the beginning, so what is your stance? Are you trying to get people to get married, or are you saying since marriage is no longer a viable option, we should find another option inside of marriage or outside of marriage?
Well, I don't encourage or discourage people to do anything when it comes to marriage, right? That's not my
your opinion. I'm sorry, whatever your opinion is.
I understand. What I'm trying to do is highlight issues or places with marriage where we have conflict, right? With people at young age compared to older age, compared with things. I'm highlighting conflicts. I'm highlighting things that cause issues and predominantly why people may not want to get married. And I'm highlighting in this stream why I don't believe marriage fits society, because I've kind of discussed it briefly. We have thruples. We have people in poly relationships, right? Why can't they get married? Why can't the law support what they're doing? And if we see more and more people are living these lifestyles and doing these things, people are asking for us to get universal health care. You telling me you can get all these private or corporations to give universal health care, but we can't figure out how to have marriage support people's relationships legally? If we can't figure that out, there's no way we can figure out healthcare. You got people that's trying to say we need to end homelessness, right? While there's drugs on the street.
You can't do it.
They want to do all these things, but when it comes to marriage, right? They don't want to be flexible. They don't want to adjust the laws to adjust to society currently. People are not just with one person anymore. We got thruples. We got three women with one guy with three. Like, we're getting all different type of things exist in society, but we can't legalize it. And I think that's a problem, because if we got Muslims now, they can get married in their spiritual ways, but the laws don't support them. And I think that's wrong. And I think that marriage is not fitting to current society, because I think it's stagnated and it's not adjusted over time. I'll give you a short example, which I talked about the other night, and I think you were there. There was a time where you couldn't take advantage of your wife and go to jail for it. Like, no, that's my wife. There's no way you can accuse me of such things. Now you can. You see what I mean? Like, they adjusted that law because times changed. They made an adjustment. They have what laws have they adjusted since? At this point, it's just, and we have changed. Things in society have evolved. People have evolved. We're multicultural. More religions popping up. People coming from all different type of countries all the time. It's not adjusting, and I think it's hurting society, because if we open it up and say, Muslims, you guys are going to get some legal support. Hey, you got 3 wives. This is the default marital breakdown for 1 wife, 2 wives. The breakdown. It's not impossible to do. If you want us to end homelessness, if you want us to end all these other things, that should be a thing we can completely do.
So in a way, the argument is less regulation, in a way, to make it simple, right? Like, less regulation inside of the current marriage proposal, and the current marriage, the way we have it now, could be good for marriage. I agree.
It need to be more fair. Marriage need to be more fair. It's lopsided. It's more favor for the women, and that's why a lot of men are not getting married now. Just listening to some of my coworkers, they say they don't want to. Go ahead.
But that's the thing. Like, why would they want to make it fair for men if making it unfair for men puts more money in their pocket?
I get that.
You see? and by the way, and it's hard, and it's, since the U.S. dollar is the world reserve currency, it is very hard for the country that is embodied in that system is the number one reason why that system is sustaining itself to do the opposite of what helps the system. It's very difficult. And if you want a good economy and a high GDP, it's difficult to revert. It's difficult to go back to traditionalism because we know that traditionalism is more safe, but capitalism is not. Capitalism is all about risk. Execute, take an action, take a chance. Maybe you will fail. More than likely you will fail. But this is the thing about America that I enjoy so much. Failure also generates revenue. You are going to fail, right? You might be negative, but you got that loan, right? You opened up that business, you opened up that bank account, and that money is duplicating itself in the system. So, go ahead.
But marriage is not a bad thing. I just think it's just like Aaron said, like one of you guys said that it's just unfair. Like it's not feasible for a man to get married in this day and age. He'll lose everything, you know. So I mean,
I think
that,
marriage needs to stay the way that it is, and the reason why is because marriage is ultimately a standard that's been upheld in society. You know, man, wife. It's supposed to be about having a higher calling, a purpose of bringing a family together and cultivating a family unit.
I agree with that standpoint.
But he's wrong because we have already evolved off man and woman. That's no longer the requirements for marriage. We've already evolved off now. We've already moved off of that. So when you say
y'all can believe in that goofy shit if y'all want to, I
don't. It depends on what part of the country you stay, because there's some parts of the country that is still conservative and still value.
What part of the country say you can't get married to
like,
man or woman? What state?
I mean, as a standpoint, no. At a standpoint as like they value the traditional marriage. Can I say the traditional marriage? As like there are some states, some cities that do value the traditional marriage. You know, as at that standpoint.
You're talking about a subculture. You're talking like this particular town in Texas or whatever.
Yeah,
they're very old school. I get it, right? But if they did want to get married in that town, if I let's just say I wanted to move there, right, and I'm a non-binary, and I move my family, and I say we get married, ain't nothing they can do to stop.
You right? Yeah, you right. You right.
So the tradition has already been desecrated. It's already broken down. I'm sorry.
I mean, if you look at that standpoint, yeah, you're correct. Yeah, but I'm for marriage. I don't think a marriage is a bad thing. I just think it's unfair for a man. I think they just need to make it suitable, more comfortable, more so a man don't lose everything when he get married if there's a divorce. Because you know, I done seen some of my coworkers come back crying and ready to kill somebody, and they lost everything. So you know, lose your home, lose your bank account, lose everything. So you know, that's
as I have these conversations, I think you should definitely lose half. I actually have no problem with that. If you decide you want to marry somebody and you know those are the rules, you're a man. We don't get to cower behind. We didn't know those was the rules.
Wait, a little pushback, Erin. Right, and let's go back to the financial system again, because I think it's always a great analogy. When you get a credit card, or when you get a mortgage loan, or a personal loan, or a line of credit, when you get any type of funds from any financial institution, there's always what we call disclosures, right? And the disclosures let you know, these are the rules, this is what is going to happen if you do this thing, this is what's going to happen. There are no disclosures for marriage. So although we are in the age of information and
prenup
things, no, but hear me out. Although we're in the age of information and men should know the consequences of divorce, it's not in your face, right? So it's covert. You only truly find out when you get divorced what is actually able to happen to you, because when they rip that prenup up and someone on the internet tell you that the prenup works, right? You should have known that on the disclosures. So there's no disclosures. The disclosures should come in with the marriage license. This is funny. Marriage is the only institution where you get a license and there's no disclosures at all. What are the rules and what is going to happen? What are the consequences for this license or for this marriage that I'm walking into? That doesn't exist. You have to Google it.
Yeah, but we know, just like I tell women, y'all been told from a young age, don't have sex, don't get pregnant, stay away
And
from
they
boys.
do it. They do it
They
anyway.
do it anyway. We know that you losing half. We know. Like, come on now. I
No, we
can't
know.
let
No,
the
no.
science get away with it. We know,
We
but
Most
know. We
there
know.
most
We
probably
know.
should
We
be a
know.
little
most
We
men
know.
want
We
to.
know.
Most men want to be married and get married, for the most part.
I
Most
actually,
men.
no. Hold on. Shout out to Team Fatty. He said stealing content for. Hey, hey, Team Fatty. I didn't get to watch your show. I was busy today, but I tried to sneak in for a minute. I don't know what you was up to, but I know you was getting in trouble. Shout out to Big Giz. He says, "Great topic, Aaron. I've been saying this. Change bees. Yeah, I actually believe this. This is my people that want to get married are married, and people who don't want to get married are not married. That doesn't mean you can't change your mind, but if you currently not married, it's because you don't want to be married, because you're having sex. Most of y'all ain't put your Johnson away, so you're still doing that part, and so marriage is not on your mind right now. Like, so people that want to be married are married, and people who
But just
don't.
because you have for a lot of time, just because you have a sex with somebody, that don't mean you want to marry that person.
That's
Or
my
have kids
point.
with that person, by the
You
way.
know how kids have that person. I mean, like it's like guys that really want to be married. I think, just my opinion. I think most men want to be married. Now, if they find a person who they want to, if they ever find a person who they ever want to marry, that's another story. You know.
No, y'all can't run me. Most men want to be billionaires, and if we walk into $1 billion, we'll take it, sure. But if you want to be married, you'll be married. If not, then you're not. That's life.
That
Eh,
all right.
we-
If you said it, that's point. Yeah. Yeah.
that's just
That's
how it
point.
works. And listen, that doesn't mean you might not change your mind. You'll say something in the future, I might want to get married and all this stuff. But currently, as it stands, you have no problem sleeping with women and not been married to them at the moment.
Of course. if if they are going to make marriage more to benefit women more, it, men are cost benefit calculators. This is who we are, right? We are walking cost benefit calculators. So when you tell men what is going to happen, and of course you have to Google it, right? Or you have to be on YouTube on our side of the game to understand, then we're just not going to do it. And we are going to take what is ours. Unfortunately, men are not going to want to be fair anymore. It's over. The honor is done. Women are not the only ones that don't have honor. Men don't have honor either anymore. Now we are in a time where individualism has taken over, and we are only worried about ourselves, unfortunately, because the system has shown us that's what we need to do to survive. Otherwise, if we trust in other people without these disclosures being mandated, because this is why we have contracts, again, in the financial industry, because I can't trust your vows. I need a contract that you are going to sign that has consequences for both parties. That's the only way I want to get in this situation. Otherwise, I'm not going to sign it, and I'm going to take all the benefits, and I'm going to have no honor, and I'm going to win the game. Because right now, if you think about it, women are winning the video game, but men are starting to make a comeback. And we understand cheat codes of the video game now, and we are going to start winning again. So
Yeah.
this is what's going to happen.
That's a very good point, Lou. I've been sitting back thinking about this long and hard, and I'm like, man, what is it? And the women have tricked us. The women have tricked the man, and they played on the men hearing women. Oh, because when men see women cry, we're like, all right, take the car. All right, buy a purse, leave us alone. Because we don't like to see women cry. Okay, there's a thing about seeing a woman cry that you care about that makes you uncomfortable. Men are just not like that, right? And so we've kind of adjusted to some of the things that women have requested. I want to do this. But do you know just how strange women are that they will switch the game and trick us? Listen to this woman here, because honestly, the truth of the matter is, this is what's more common these days.
I'd rather be a mom before I be a wife.
Really? That is very interesting.
Why? I just rather cater to a child
Than my husband?
than a husband. And when you're a wife,
You don't need to get married.
no, but when
don't
but
need
just
to
think,
get
when you're a
married.
wife, you're a
Hey,
wife,
yeah.
you're a mom, and you just find time to be yourself. And I'd rather just find time to be a mom and myself as of right now.
Okay.
And
Well, I get it.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
turn
I'm
this
not.
thing on high.
it's just I'd rather be a mom right now. So
That's a very interesting point of view.
No, I get the take. I respect.
I'd rather be a mom before I be a wife.
Yeah, I have heard women say that. I have heard women say that recently, and I have heard women say that. It's like nobody want to get. I mean,
It's for
they don't trust marriage. That she don't trust. She don't trust that. What I get out of that, she don't trust herself to find a valuable man to marry. That's what I get out of that.
That's what you heard. Let me
What
let
I
me
heard was a very selfish person. Selfish people shouldn't be married at all. But to bring a child in the world, let's be very clear. Every person that has ever wanted to bring a child into the world did so for a selfish reason. They wanted the child. The child didn't get to choose the parent. So
Not necessarily.
her say, what? Okay, in which case does
You
the
heard
child
what she
choose the
said.
parent?
No, no. What you're saying is like what? What? Go ahead. Finish what you was gonna say. I didn't mean to cut you off.
So she did it for a very selfish reason, and what we heard was selfish, sorry, person. You know what I'm saying that I'd rather be a mom than a wife, and the reason why is because she enjoys the dynamic of telling people what to do, as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, being held accountable for her own actions. She's very selfish. That's terrible.
She mentioned the word wife. She didn't mention the word baby mom. So that lets me know that she want to get married, but she don't trust herself to find a person to get married. So she rather just have a baby so she don't have to deal with a untrustful husband or whatever. That's what I got out of it. Because she didn't say she'd rather be a baby mama. She said, I'd rather be a mom than a wife. She said she'd rather be a mom than a wife.
So is she married or no?
She's not married.
Aaron, can you replay the video, bro? I'm sorry. You know I'm always gonna ask because I know that you're thinking something that I haven't found yet what it is. So go ahead, play the video again.
Really? That is very interesting.
I just rather cater to. I'd rather be a mom before I be a wife.
Really? That is very interesting.
I just rather cater to a child
Than a husband.
And when you're a wife,
You don't need to get
no, but when when you're a wife, you're a wife, you're a mom. You still have to find time to be yourself, and I'd rather just find time to be a mom and just be myself as of right now.
Okay.
And
well, I get it.
It's just I'd rather be a mom right now. So
that's a very interesting point of view.
No, I get the take. I respect.
I'd rather be.
Okay, so
Yeah,
again,
so
she
this is
said
what I
she'd
heard.
rather be herself. She'd rather be herself. The child won't hold her accountable. The man in her life will. I'd rather be a mom and just be myself right now because I don't want to cater to a man who's a fully functioning adult. I'd rather cater to the baby that shits and piss on itself instead of the fully functioning and capable adults. I'd rather be a mom than a wife because I get to do me. Selfish.
So this is what I hear, bro. You're going to start me hear me. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Hearing me say this a lot, and my accent's coming out as well. Everything goes back to money, okay? You gotta understand. I would rather be a mom than cater to a man, which really means I would rather be a mom than cater to a man that can't afford me. Why do we not understand when women talk, they have subliminal language that always goes back to money. Everything with women is about money first.
Okay, Lou, I got a question. For you. Okay, so and it goes back to what I said. So if she find a man with money, would she rather, like, let's say she find a guy that make $300,000 a year?
The problem is if
go
you
ahead.
give a woman a perfect situation, of course.
No.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, but
300,000. Come on, bro. What?
Okay, my point is my point was like she said wife, she didn't say baby mom. Like she want to be a wife, but she either can't find the man she wants, or she don't trust herself to find a man.
No,
because if she let's just say she find a guy that just make 6 figures, would she cater to him?
It depends on how high the 6 figures is and what else he has. You see, this is the problem with women, right? They will say that they don't want to cater to a man because they don't want to cater to a man. They will say that they don't want to cater to a man because they don't want to cater to a man. They will say that they don't want to cater to a man because they don't want to cater to a man. They will say that they don't want to cater to a man because they don't want to cater to a man. They will say that they don't want to cater to a man because they don't want to cater to a man. They will say that they don't want to cater to a man because they don't want to cater to a man. They will say that they don't want to cater to a man because they don't want to cater to a man. They will say that they don't want to cater to a man because they don't want to cater to a man. They will say that they don't want to cater to a man because they don't want to cater to a man. They will say that they don't want to cater to a man because they don't want to cater to a man. They will say that they don't want to cater to a man because they don't want to cater to a man. They will say that they don't want to cater to a man because they don't want to cater to a man. They will say that they don't want to cater to a man because they don't want to cater to a man. They will say that they don't want to cater to a man because they don't want to cater to a man. They will say that they don't want to cater to a man because they don't want to cater to because of what I just explained. What it really means is they're looking for a man of a certain standard in money. But if that money is not long enough, she will add supplemental things that she wants in that man. In other words, if the dude makes 50, he also has to have this, 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 and this. If you make 450, I'm willing to let go of this, 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 and this. This is how women work, bro. This is why it's so difficult to please women, because they always want a perfect situation and they cannot find it. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Elon Musk is not the perfect man. Jeff Bezos is not the perfect man. These perfect men don't exist for these women, and they don't understand that, unfortunately.
But no one, they don't know that no one perfect. There's no perfect husband or no perfect wife.
But according to them, they want to find that perfect man, which is interesting to me because they don't exist, again, like we have been trying to tell them.
Yeah, it
so
doesn't
they are
exist.
But this is also the other cherry on top. Okay, they will keep doing this thing. They will keep playing this game until their beauty runs out. But unfortunately for a lot, or fortunately for a lot of these women, don't you see these 50? I've been scrolling through TikTok and I see these 50-year-old beautiful women playing the same game of I'm single by choice. We see this every day, bro. Like, these women have been prolonging this game because they want the perfect man, and as long as their beauty lasts, they are going to keep wanting that perfect man, which is impossible to find because they don't exist. So you better be the perfect package for these women, otherwise they will continue to be selfish. That's just who they are. That's just who they are. You are not going to change these women. That's why I said earlier, you have to start cheating the game to win the game, because they are playing the game by their own rules. They don't give a fuck about you.
So,
We try to qualify ourselves to these women, but it doesn't work. And no, I'm not red pill raging, guys.
So here's the point. But shout out to O. He said, Lou, instead of the disclosure about marriage, what she just tells you a flat rate. What if she tell you a flat rate for marriage, and we could legally lock it up with a fixed APR? That's my dream, bro. Actually, that might.
But that's part of the disclosures. That's part of the disclosures. Yeah, that's part of the disclosure. If you tell me, I will sign it.
So let me follow up what I mean. What she means by that. So Lou is kind of head on when she's talking about money. That woman is not necessarily a damsel in distress. She make money. You can kind of tell she makes some money, so she thinks she can take care of a child on her own. I'd rather be a mom than to be a wife, because I have to submit to a man, I have to follow his commands and all these things. And a woman, as that woman, she don't want to be controlled by no man, but she will take a child because she gets to control a child. Still a money concept, but if you start paying attention, why I said women are tricking us, look at Rihanna. She's not married. Look at Khloe Kardashian. She's not married. Look at Kylie. She's not married. See, the women with money are doing the exact opposite of what they'll tell the man with money to do. Go ahead, get married, Lou. You get money, get married, Lou. Go ahead, take on your wife. Women with money, oh girl, no, don't do that. Unless he got more money than you, don't do it. You'll be another Mary J. Blige. They tricking us. See, they want to win in every scenario. If we make the money, well, man, you're supposed to take care of your family. They make the money, well, this is our money. You better make your own money. Like, it comes down to money. It comes down to control. And with a child, a woman assumes the authority of control.
And they want a prenup. If they got money, they want a prenup, by the way.
So Aaron, what's the premise? I'm trying to catch up with y'all. So can you give me like a quick snip of
Sure,
what you really trying to?
I'll give you a quick breakdown. Currently, as marriage stand, I don't think it fits the current society. Society currently exists with Muslims, exists with other religions that allow maybe you have more than one wife. The laws don't support the current climate of society. We got man-man relationships, women-women relationships, thruples, etc. That legal marriage should support their relationships. It's stagnated. It doesn't support anything else. It doesn't fit the current people in society. And I think that's part of the problem. If a Muslim man could get all of his women legally married to him and get all the tax benefits that come with it and all this stuff, he should have that option. But society does not want to give them that because of the sense of control that exists. And then if you want to be a throuple, if you want three of y'all to be married and legally connect and have the tax benefit, we can do it. Society can do it just as much as they want to fix healthcare and make everybody get healthcare, even though that's one of the most complex things you can do. They want to fix homelessness, which we know people on drugs, even if you give them a home to stay in, they're going to go out in the streets anyway. So they want to do all these things, but they don't want to have law support different types of marriages. And I think it's wrong. So that's pretty much what we're talking about right now.
Okay, I got you. You know what? I can't even argue against that, bro. Ain't no argument against that because all I see is today, it like the men want to, but the women, man, they out here they savages out here, man. It's some good women out here, but it's so hard to find them because they blend in so well with the savages.
Hold on, Truck.
Oh.
Said Pops just passed away. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Man, I'm real sorry to hear that. Said I'm going to the city to try to stop the vultures from playing my mom out. I think get on that, bro. Get on that. You know they're gonna try to finesse and all that good stuff. So I'm sorry to hear that, bro. I know you're gonna be strong, but these are tough times. So I appreciate you being here. You know I got your back. Anything you need, just let me know. If I can be any support, just holler at me, bro. But I appreciate you being here. Thank you for supporting the stream. He's just a real one, man. I love O. I'm not gonna even front.
Damn, man. Sorry for your loss, people. For real.
Yeah, he a stand-up guy. He gonna do what's necessary. But I want to just make sure it's very, very clear. I think that's the problem with society. We don't want to fix these marriages. Listen, let everybody get married and give them the tax breaks that come with it. Give them the legal benefits. They're gonna tell you, well, which one of my wives should be able to pull the plug. That's what they're gonna tell you, right? But we know what we could actually do. We could take that power away from them if you don't want them. You can pick which wife you want. You can put it like there's all type of things we can have in order to do it. They find any reason why they don't want to give these tax breaks because they know a man with 4 wives legally attached to him and those tax breaks that come with that. Oh man, they know society will fix this poverty issue. Will fix this income problem very quickly. And they don't want that to happen.
So you think it's a government thing, or you think it's the women thing?
Oh, it's an economic thing. It's an economic thing.
Economic thing. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I can see that. Makes sense.
Well. See, I wasn't planning on doing a super long stream about this, so because it's Monday, I know everybody. So I'm going. What I do is when I'm setting the stream up, I use a host of clips to highlight things and things like that. But I have a main clip that will highlight the conversation, right? And it's a clip that people have seen, but we haven't really broke it down, right? But I'm going to introduce that clip now. Lou has been referencing it for a while now. Actually, there was another clip I wanted to play, but I just can't find it right now. And I'm about to do all this searching for it because I haven't had that much time to put it together. But there's another clip that I wanted to play, but this is the main clip, right? This is the clip that's old, but it speaks to exactly what Lou was talking about. When you see it, you're going to go, oh, yeah, I remember that one.
1 of every 3 married in this country, black or white, ends in a divorce in 18 months. Now, see, it used to be if you got divorced, something was wrong with you. But when you have a stat this high, something must be going on in society. I now want to explain what that is. When America believed in agriculture, America believed in extended family. When America believed in the factory, industrialism, America believed in the nuclear family. Now that America believes in the computer, now America believes in a single parent family. Make sure you see my analysis. When the economy changed, the family structure changed. There was more than love in these relationships. There was some money involved here. Our grandparents worked the fields together, had economic reason to stay together, and so they did. In the factory, man works in factory, woman takes care of children. Economic reason again to stay together. When this new economy, where you now have women working just as much, if not more than men, you now hear women telling men, I don't need you, got my own job. Do what I want to do when I want to do it. And we're now doing it very well and by ourselves. You know the #1 song in America a couple of years ago, ain't nothing going on but the rent. If you want to be with me, you got to have a job. It's all about money. All about money. When the economy changed, the family structure changed. And so now we have a lot of people making plenty of money and lonely. Documentary.
Man, that's the first time I ever seen that. Man, he was spitting bars.
Those are bars, and that's how it goes every single time.
Trucker yell, this is the Aaron O show. You know I don't come to play. You don't come to play.
Man, listen.
You gotta look at it like this. The moment women got the right to vote, and were equal in the workforce, is the moment that the biggest moment in American history, biggest boost for capitalists, biggest boost for business owners, because they just took their workforce and doubled it with a single vote, with a single law being passed.
And Bumper, what they did successfully is break down the family structure intentionally. So,
oh yeah, absolutely.
To give you an example, right? Why did we use Christianity to form America? We could have used another religion, but we chose Christianity, right? For whatever reason, right? We don't need to get too deep into it. Let's just accept that we did, right? And we pushed the nuclear family to build society because we don't want men running around impregnating women all around the world and all over the states and all that. We want to center things. We want to control people. We want to put the nuclear family together so we can build up society. Now that we built up society, people are arguing we're overpopulated. I'm not saying it's true, but that's the argument. So now we're getting into a breakdown of the nuclear family. What does that do? Not only does it keep us in a worker mentality, it takes kids out of a home, puts them in a broken home. Those kids are likely to not become entrepreneurs. They're likely to become workers because of the conditions that they're forced to have to get a job. So they create all the environments to continue to sustain the society and the economy in which they want to do it. And so that's what we're experiencing right now.
God, you know,
man,
Aaron,
no, you so goddamn, man, I can't stand you.
You know what?
I can't. Why you do this? Why you make my mind think like this? I don't understand it.
That's the way it is, though.
God damn, sounds so evil. Like real talk.
They are.
It sounds so evil. I'm not even gonna front.
They are evil.
Damn, bro. Like,
every single thing they do is to make more profit. Our entire cultural structure is shaped by international capitalists. Basically, they're shaped by these mega corporations. Think about it. Think about every time a cultural change happens. Who's at the front of it? Walmart. Any single thing. Even I'm not gonna say anything about the gay community, right? But even that culture, that sort of like cultural shift, right? Who was in the front of it? All these mega corporations. They push and change the culture so they can make a net benefit. America's divided because it's easier to profit off a divided people. As simple as that. The more subcultures you have, the more products you get to push to every single aspect of a person. It's the way it is. That's why at the first chance, in no matter where you are in history, the first chance that you allow corporations to have more power than the state or the government, corporations instantly deteriorate the state down or corrupt the state to the point where they can make a profit off of the people. I mean, it's as simple as look at American laws. Lobbying is legal. You know what lobbying is? It's another word for bribery. It's another word for bribery. Mega corporation can walk up to a politician and say, "Hey, listen, we're going to give you this amount of money. And we're not going to say that you're going to pass laws in favor of our business, but we're going to give you all this money. So when you get elected, you'll pass laws in favor of our business because we're the one that fronted the money for you to get elected." It's the way it is. And I get called a communist a lot for saying this type of stuff, but I'm not. I'm not a communist at all. It's just over and over and over again. You see this. I hate it. Can't stand it.
There ain't nothing you can do about it. You know why?
Oh, yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Oh, no, ain't nothing. Listen.
Oh, yes, there is. Yes, there is.
I don't need you. I don't need a man. I got my own job. and let me tell you this. They about to get more degrees. they about to open more businesses. They going to do everything they can to facilitate a man not having control over their life. Because why? I'm not saying a man should control their life. That's for them to decide. You know what they are saying? I want to determine my own destiny. Women are saying, I want to be determining of my own destiny. If I fail, let it be because of me, not because I believed in a man and he failed me. See, before, the man ain't a leader. Whatever my husband say, it is what it is. We're going to figure it out together. Now, is if I fail, if I got to lose, let it be on my own terms. And now that I make my own money, and he can't starve me. Because if you allow somebody to feed you, they have the ability to starve you. So now that I make my own money, I want a bigger voice in these conversations. And I want to make sure I win. But what you're seeing is, like he said, we're making a whole lot of money alone. And that's all y'all gonna keep seeing happening until there's an adjustment to the marriage thing, laws to the laws need to facilitate a good change. The second laws encourage marriage, people will do it. So when you see DeSantis doing things and you start to see a trickle down effect, the reason why this happening is because even though women are making more money than ever, they're losing jobs at some of the highest rates that nobody's talking about. See, people don't know all
Yeah, I
the
didn't know that. You
that
saw them top
exists
four
right
top four women who got fired like immediately after affirmative action happened. You saw that, right? So yeah, I can agree with that, man.
Are you going? Okay, I'm just gonna put something out there here, right? And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna need y'all not to get mad, right?
Okay.
But I'm gonna do a preface to this, right? Women.
What?
Bumpkin. They said Bumpkin gotta go. They said
That's Granville.
GBG.
I want to hear what he had to say. Damn it.
The N word.
GBG in full effect. Tell that little nigga we just dropped the bread. The sniper you waiting outside for that air. My game sit up, and I know they gon' blast.
Y'all gotta stop. I'm about to bring you back up, man.
Ain't nothing.
Y'all gotta stop, dog. I'm about to bring you up.
Listen,
How much is it, man? Let me see my phone, son.
They hit him with a dub, bro. Ain't nothing I can
So,
do. But I
Aaron.
want to hear what he was gonna say. But the gang said he got to go. It is what it is. Okay. Now this is the thing.
Hold on, nigga.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Rihanna ain't getting married. Nobody pressuring her. She's enjoying all the freedom, power, control, money. People downplaying, him like he ain't a real man because he don't make more money than her. Like, look at all of this stuff. All women get the best of both worlds. If they not married, it's the man's fault because he ain't asked her to marry him, right? If she got money, no need to rush. Just live your life. You got your own world. They are.
Aaron, what's your Cash App name? I'm sorry.
Come on now. You know my cat. It's in the description. I put it on the screen.
No,
I
don't know, bro.
Shout out to my guy RPO Studios. What up, bro? No, I'm just telling you, Lou. Like you said, they tricking us. They watching the game. They telling the men with money. Man, y'all complaining about losing y'all $40,000. That ain't no money. Women with money don't marry. Look at Mary J. Blige. Look at Adele. Look at Kelly Clarkson. But when the man lose billions, 10 billion, she helped them build that company.
Yeah, the double standard is crazy.
It's a double standard. It's a double standard.
The game is the game. Well, let me give y'all proof. Hold on, let me give y'all proof. She helped them build the company. Ain't none of these women helping none of these men build these companies. None of them. Let me give you an example. Oh, well, Bill Gates, he got with Melinda. She was one of the high-ranking executives in the company, and she was helping. Well, guess what? When he stopped doing Microsoft, he did another company. When he divorced her, he started another company. What company did she start? What company are these women that divorcing these rich men starting? They start foundations. They start charity because they don't start companies.
By the way, who says these executives are actually working? Okay? This is another point. Who says I know executives. We're in the financial industry. We know what's going on. The people that work are the people in operations. The executives come through, they look, they laugh, they make $500K a year, and then they walk out. Come on, bro. These fucking executives don't do shit, bro. These executives are just making money, bro. Making bonuses and lying to Congress about, we didn't know that this was going to happen. We didn't know that we needed fail-safes. We didn't know ARM loans were bad. So what's going to happen? No, we're going to give you more money because we need to add on to the system so the system doesn't break and no one's going to jail. That's what happens while the average American gets crushed. So when these women say that they are executives, do not let them lie to you. They are actually not working. They are not making any decisions that are actually that important. They're just signing papers and talking shit. And the men too, by the way.
Well, the question is, let me shout out to Big Giz. He says, cooking with the fish grease. Aaron, that's why I rock with. Shout out to Big Giz. That's my guy. He says, I thought I was crazy when I said God is government. Listen, man. Don't fall for it.
I like that one.
Do not
That's
fall
tough
for
right
it.
there.
Do not fall for it. I'm telling you now. Don't fall for it. Don't do it. Bumpkin, you on mute. Go ahead and finish your point.
So you guys heard about about the Supreme Court overruling affirmative action, right?
Yep. Everybody had a
women get
podcast
priority
on it.
over that, right? Women it's like when they do affirmative action, and that was specifically for colleges, right? When they're doing affirmative action, let's say you're a black woman, that's basically like 2 points. Okay, so I want to see how much that decision is going to impact this, right? Because I believe in a meritocracy, right? I believe the best of the best should get that position. If a college student has a 4.0 GPA and someone has a 3.9 GPA, the choice should be obvious, right? Who should get that position that has the money for it?
I believe with you in general, but I believe diversity actually does matter. When you really, really break things down, like how you view the world is substantially different for how I see the world. How I can break down the world is very, very different for how you can do it. It depends on the role. I really believe that. Now, if you're talking about testing qualifications, that's the requirement, fine. But there are some roles that require a person that thinks completely different. And so it's contingent upon the role for me. But just in general, I understand what you're saying. I'm good with a meritocracy.
Yeah. I mean, for instance, right? For instance, the more, and Amazon actually released this. Actually, this got leaked with Amazon, right? And when I say diversity, right? So when we're talking about the United States, I think the United States are historically a black and white nation. Historically, from roots, black and white nation. The two populations have been here for the longest. Okay, I mean, there's some white guys that have less claim. Be real with you, like the Irish and the Italians, but nonetheless. So when we talk about Amazon, which this was leaked and other studies have been leaked too, how in the workplace more diversity, separate from black and white, more diversity in the workplace actually lowers the chance of unionization. It lowers the chance of it.
Lowers the chance of what, Bumpkin? I'm sorry.
Unionization. So
yeah, because people can be on one accord. Go ahead.
It lowers the chance of unionization,
especially if they don't speak English.
English.
Yeah. So not to your level or my level, right? If you can't come to a conclusion, of course.
Yeah. So you have to. I'm just saying you have to look at the big picture. I'm looping this back around. Don't worry, I'm letting the plane fly, or I'm landing the plane. But you have to look at the big picture with these massive corporations. They, like the Koch brothers, for instance. People call the Koch brothers the most conservative guys ever, right? But they're for open borders. But they're for no borders, right? Because the end goal of, because capitalism's root is in liberalism. The end goal of capitalism is nothing restricting it from operating.
Cheap labor,
exactly. So
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I always say this, right? It doesn't matter how many studies. It doesn't matter. Come on. I'm about to go smoke a cigarette.
Bro, come on. Do I have to drop 500 for a dude to stay on?
I understand where he was going. I wanted him to keep going because he was making some good points, and I wanted to elaborate on them. But when he come back,
less restriction in business. Of course, it generates income, right? The less you restrict any business, the less regulation you have in any business, it generates income. But I do think, because I don't want to talk too much on this, but I do think that we need to find a balance, though, right? Because like we've been saying on this conversation, not everything is about money. But when you make everything about money, you lose everything else.
In the U.S., everything is about money.
No. The world is about money.
Yeah, the world. Okay, the world. But especially in the U.S., every bill, every law is about money.
But
everything is about money.
It has to be that way because the dollar is the reserve currency.
Yeah,
so
I'm just saying.
If they don't do that, then every other bank fails in every other country.
Yeah,
and
I get it.
And then the fucking system blows up and we're World War II.
So how much of an effect do y'all think it has on marriage? Like
they have a big
society?
effect. Like money. It's a big effect.
What we talking? Like if you break that down, like how much of an effect does it really have?
Divorce is money. Child support, the government get money off that. Alimony, they get a cut from that. Everything when it comes to separation from a marriage, the government get a piece of that.
You
Everything.
muted.
Hey,
Aaron,
you on
muted.
mute? You on mute?
I'm not on mute. What y'all talking about?
You are.
You are now.
You are now. You're not. Now you're not. You were.
All right, I got you. So I actually think it's reasonable that the government get a cut, especially if they need to fund these policies for y'all women to use while they not with y'all no more. Like if women need the government to be their husbands now, they need to use some of the experiences y'all had to fund these particular divisions, and yeah, they need y'all money.
Wait. Say that again, bro. Say that.
Man, listen. Aaron is Darth Vader in real life.
Sometimes I need to hear him say things twice because
you have to think about it, right? If they have to fund all these programs that your ex-wife gonna get on, help take care of your children after they leave you, right? They need to use your money to fund those programs.
Government.
No, she's making more than me though.
No. You're not listening to what Aaron said.
No, I understand what he's saying, but she's making more than me. She has a PhD. She has a master's. She has a high-paying job. She works from home. She's an executive. She's making more than me.
Marry you?
Well, Lou, let me tell you that. Let me tell you the issue. Let me tell you the issue with that.
Ahead.
A lot of times when it is instances where a woman that's making more than a man, she'll marry that man. But the problem is a lot of men have too much pride. They're not going to go out to alimony. They're not going to child support. A lot of times, a lot of men just not going to do it because
not men my age. Not men my age.
No, trust me.
Not men my age.
There's a lot of.
He's absolutely right. There's a lot of dudes that do move like that.
Hear me out. I know my coworker. She's married. She married the guy that she made way more. So we was talking. I'm like, damn, he gonna try to he gonna peel your hair back. He gonna get you. A year later, she was like, damn, Tim. She like he didn't even come to court. He didn't do nothing.
Men don't do that, but Lewis.
We need to start doing it, Aaron. We need to start doing it. We need to start doing it. We need to start doing it.
But what you're saying is what Lou was saying. Like, yo, dudes are starting to play the game.
Some dudes are
starting to play the game.
He didn't go. She said he didn't come to court. He could have got half her pension. He could have got the house.
Yes,
he could have got.
Men historically don't do that because when a man just wants out, he just wants out. He not willing to take down somebody else in general.
Sheila,
but it's rare.
I thought he was gonna get her ass. But Sheila, he didn't even come. He didn't even come to. He didn't even come to the final.
You gotta think, bro. Look at Mary J. Blige's situation, bro. She's complaining. I mean, on a daily. It amazes me, bro. Like, seriously.
The problem was, it's well within his rights. It's well within the laws. And honestly, men need to do it more. But here's the thing. Lou is right. These women still ahead of the men. They know y'all gonna try this now, so they're gonna just avoid marrying y'all. So the women that's getting money, they not getting married. I'm pointing them out.
Yeah, a lot of
them.
Yeah, I hear a lot of them. Yeah.
What did that lady say on the clip of I'd rather be a mom?
She don't want to pay alimony.
Think about this. Hold on, let me break it down. I'd rather be a mom than be a wife to a husband. But she said she'd be a mom, which means she gonna have a man. How else she getting that kid? So she willing to deal with a man, but she not willing to fall under his control and authority. She getting her own money. She believes she can take care of that child on her own, because most women that will say, I'd rather be a mom than a wife probably believe she's not going to be with that man long term, right? That's instructed in there, right? You would assume that's what she means. So she making
most definitely
where she thinks she can sustain without men, and women are finding ways to sustain their life without men.
Bro, let a man with a daughter say, I want to be a single dad. My daughter doesn't need a mother.
Lady D, how you gonna get mad if a dude is playing the game y'all playing?
I'm just saying though, right? But that's a double standard though.
How can y'all get upset that the dudes is literally playing the game y'all playing?
Hold on, Trucker. Yeah, 1 sec. Cree says Mary's husband cheated and stole money from her. why wouldn't she complain about he can't steal
Well,
no
we do that shit.
Yeah, can't steal money. When you marry, you can't steal money. You can't steal money when you marry.
We see this shit every day.
That's their
Women do
money.
this shit every
That's their
day.
money. That's their money.
Listen.
The court
They
used
would
to say
literally
that.
cheat and get everything the man get and more.
Hold on, guys. Hold on
Look.
one sec. When she decided to marry that man, she said, for sicker. So that means, think about this. If he cheat, that don't mean you get to leave. And if you do choose to break the union, you break the law, then you got to suffer the consequence with breaking the contract. And that means get that man his money. That's his money too. And he's more than deserving. He was the manager. Look, you're going to mess up in relationship. You might blow some money. You might have a gambling problem. It's your money. You married him. So I'm sorry.
You know, they kill me with this shit, bro.
Yeah, that's another thing, Aaron.
Until he gets
kill
remarried,
this.
you got to pay.
Man, it kills me when they say stuff like this, and it's like, yo, we see this every single day. A dude get cheated on, left in shambles, the whole 9 yards, go to court, he get raped for 75% of his shit, and he got to pay. He got to take his 401k that he been saving for his life to retire on. He got to give it to you.
How?
And still got to pay more than that, and still got to pay child support.
Y'all don't even know with 401ks, if you married, like you can't even move it without getting your wife to sign off on it. People don't know that. You're not even in control of that.
Even with some pensions, you can't even do nothing without your wife's consent. Once you marry, you can't change it over you can't do nothing. Once you marry, you want. That's why when the girl said stealing money, you can't steal money when you marry. You can't steal it.
Which is interesting because the women. Sorry, Trucker, yo. Which is interesting because the women will say, "Hey, y'all don't have." Women will say this all the time, right? Think about it. Y'all, my hair looks crazy. Y'all don't have nothing for us to take, right? But what does every average man that has limited thinking, let's just call it that, look for in a job? Yo, I want at least $20 an hour to start, and I need that 401k matched, right? Every man looks for a 401k. Most average men have a 401k. Most companies are offering 401ks out here. So when these women say, y'all have nothing for us to take, well, after 10 years of 401k, 20 years of 401k, we have something. And I don't want to give it to you. What are you talking about?
It kills me when they say that, Joe. We just watched Scottie Pippen.
Why are they lying? You don't want to marry a man with nothing? That's what y'all always say. So now y'all do?
But that's also part of my argument always. Women are not looking to marry men that don't have something to offer. So when they say, y'all have nothing for us to take, well, the men you are picking has something. Otherwise, you wouldn't have picked him. So that don't make no sense. Shut up. Shut up. Yeah, go ahead.
But that's what I said that, man. I don't know like people act like shit don't exist. Like it amazes me how women can be so blind to how egregious of the things that they do. And then as soon as a man do the same thing or even an ounce of it, now they want everything to change. No, keep it the same. Let him do the same thing you do, and I guarantee the laws will change. If more dudes did exactly what Mary J's husband is doing, what you're starting to see now, shit is gonna change. That's the only way this shit gonna happen.
Well, you gotta understand, he married a woman with money, and he knew the game. Most men are not doing it. Like somebody told him, "Well, you can hit her up for money, and now she all bitter and shit." But that's an extreme case. Like most men are not doing that. Like most men are just not doing it. They got too much pride. He didn't because he knew how much money he can get.
Yeah, not no more. Stay up here. But Aaron knows about to be one of them.
CC says stop using celebrities as examples. That's fine.
That's true. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. For the most part, most men outside of celebrities Most men.
Wait. Let
Go ahead.
me ask people this. I'll ask Cece. Do the majority of women you know, did they have children first or did they marry first?
Ooh.
We know the answer to that.
Ooh.
Repeat the question, Aaron.
Think about the majority of people that you know. Did they have
Mhm.
children first or did they marry first?
Oh, most definitely children.
Children first, yeah, children first for the most part.
You heard now. You see
Yeah,
what Lady
Aaron, no,
B said. She said,
end the
"I don't
show.
feel bad for black." She said, "I don't feel black for black men," and neither should you. That's what she just said. So,
You
if
don't
that's
gotta
the
feel.
case, then we shouldn't. We should give y'all the same energy. We don't feel fucking sad for y'all. Don't
Man, we
expect
got
anything.
we got to stop this this men women hate shit, man.
Well,
Shit is
God,
ridiculous.
shit.
well, here's the thing. It's
It's not
not
about
Boy,
hate, my friend. It's not about hate.
Lee, you looking real comfortable right now, sir.
I'm gonna
shit.
be enjoying. I'm gonna be
Lee
like that
drunk
in
as
2
fuck.
weeks. Be
Lee.
like that in 2 weeks.
So
Yes,
it's
sir.
not necessarily hate, it's frustration because uh
Good point. Yeah,
yeah,
that's a better word.
because society is currently not designed for people to be married. Because what do
It's
most people
not.
they want? Freedom. Most listen, if me and Lou not getting along, I want to be able to walk away from like it's Lou's. He tells his girl like it's over with. He be like, all right, it's over. I'm gonna take my stuff, you take your stuff. And I don't want the government to come in and go, this is Lou's and this, nah, this mine. Give me this stuff, and you go about. People want that freedom.
But
Ultimate.
if you're taking care of the woman throughout the marriage, I mean, should you leave her with nothing? As a man, I
No,
Hell
don't think
yeah.
that's fair. I don't think
but
that's
this,
fair as a
Nah,
man.
bro.
Yo,
I
but
don't
this,
think
yo,
that's
Fuck
fair
all
as a
that.
hey,
man.
wait. If you taking care of a woman, you don't.
Like, hear me out before you jump down my throat. Taking care, she's not working. You paying all the bills. You the breadwinner. Okay, y'all break up for any reason. I mean, should you leave her with nothing?
it depends on what the math is.
No.
Well. Let me ask you this: how many women actually have that option?
Few, cause you
So,
gotta have
so,
two
so,
incomes.
so we can't talk about celebrities no more. We talk about regular people. Most people are
Okay,
not at home moms.
you right. You fair.
They got
Yeah,
jobs. They got
yeah.
left.
You
The problem is this: I know women that making six figures, doing really, really well. They husband paying pretty much all of the bills, and they still ain't got no money like that because he's still paying all. So they think when I have my money, it's to have fun. It's to have fun. And then a guy don't want to make it seem like, yeah, give me your money. I need to control that too. Like, because he ain't relying on your money. So he ain't about to stress you about how you need to control it. But when if something does happen, you think about it. You've been with a man for 10 years. You've been making six figures for 10 years. If y'all get divorced, he shouldn't have to give you a dime. You should be balling.
Thank you, Aaron. Oh, that's my point. That's why I said it depends on what the math is. If the man is giving you a certain allowance, you should be calculating that as if you had a job. And if you're
And
doing that, if you're doing that, you should be balling. You should have some money in the safe. You
I
don't
mean,
need
think
half of my
about it,
shit.
bro.
You don't need it.
You
You
just
don't need
said
it.
a woman that's making six figures for 10 years without have to pay her nothing, bro. You should be absolutely papered up. Absolutely. Nothing. You don't have to pay no nothing. Like all that money is yours, and he ain't asking for nothing. You should be papered up. So yeah,
and what a
that's a lot
good
of money,
wife,
dog.
and what a non-selfish wife would do. She would pay for the vacations. She'll pay for the vacation.
This man is funny, man.
I'm just saying. He paying all the bills. Okay, babe, let's go on vacation. She gonna pay for all the vacation.
Here's the thing about women, bro. When women take any, it could be $1 at McDonald's. I swear to God. At least in 2023, I'm 28 years old. Y'all are older than me. If a woman takes any amount of money from her pockets to help you pay for anything, the loss of respect begins. She may lie to you and tell you different, but let me tell you, it's just started right there. She don't want to help you pay for shit. Not a vacation, not rent, not internet, not water, nothing.
It used to be a time. It used to be a time where women used to do that, but it ain't like that. I don't know what happened, but there was a time where women did that.
Honestly, from my experience dealing with women and being shot up 3 times, every woman I shot up with or dealing with, they didn't mind paying small bills. Like they didn't mind helping out financially. As far as saying a women don't want to pay no bills, from my experience, I haven't had
I
nowhere.
don't believe
I don't
women
believe
would
you.
mind.
Yeah, I don't
No,
believe
no,
you.
I don't believe women would mind paying a cable bill. I don't believe
Oh,
they
Yeah,
would.
what?
okay, yeah,
Yeah, you
cable,
are
like,
lying. Come on, man.
That's the
Shut up.
perfect.
well,
That is the
vacation,
for them.
pay for a couple vacations and stuff like that. But I pay majority of the bills,
Okay,
the big
but
bills.
okay, let me ask you this.
Yo,
Let me ask you this, right? If just be honest. If women want to take that role, right? Let's be honest. If they want that role of the paying lesser bills, do you think that's the better role or the worst role? Do you think women are advocating to take the harder role, the worst role, or the easier one?
They rather take the easy road, but if they do want to pay the big bills, that's when their masculinity, their dick get big, and that's when they start talking to you any type of way and
No,
start.
there ain't no woman paying the big bills when a man can afford to do it.
Oh, okay. Well, you say when the man is afford to do it. Yeah, you're
Don't
right.
exist.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't
I
exist.
thought.
It ain't gonna happen.
No. Yeah. I thought you said a woman paying the bill, she making more than the husband.
Yeah, but
No.
see, here's the thing: it ain't enough relationships like that.
Yeah, it's not. That's not the
Most
majority.
women,
That's not
All
the
right,
if they're
majority.
making more than a husband, it's one short term. It's for a short term period, and it's probably because something probably happened. He lost his job, but they
yeah,
ain't
but that's
looking.
men's fault. That's
I'm not
men's
nobody.
fault.
Nobody.
Oh,
Wait,
come on,
I'm not.
bro.
I'm not
Come on,
blaming her
Lee.
for him losing his job. That's not the point.
Golly.
No. I'm talking about what? No, I'm talking. Hold up. I'm talking about what he said when he said that it's not that many relationships happening like that, and I'm just saying that's
Oh,
men's
okay.
fault. You know,
Lee, you
because
got hold on. Lee, hold on. You got women out here who do have dudes like that, and instead of actually, letting him take over and do what he need to do, they won't surrender.
well, but
They
that
won't.
just say that she the wrong woman. So like, it's like right now you're talking about the wrong woman for him. So if you're talking about the wrong woman for him, then he need to dip on somebody that like. And then surrender is like I don't want my shorty to surrender. Like I want my shorty to stay stern. I want her to bring 100% to the table, and I bring 100% to the table, and we bring together 200%, which is something
But
that one
but
person
Lee,
can't do, and
Lee,
that's
Lee,
very
Lee, Lee.
important. Now,
And
go
I
ahead.
get what you're saying, bro. I get exactly what you're saying, but here's the problem. Majority of these women are not giving 100%
Yeah,
of
but
them to that man, bro. Let's
I
be honest.
agree with you, fam. I agree with you when you say
Okay.
majority, but majority in the age of 2023 cannot rule. If you go off majority, the majority of people are not going like you think the majority of people in society are smart? Please don't say yes. The answer is no. Okay,
Nigga, I
and
wasn't gonna
so
say
right,
that.
no, I know. Of course, you're not going to say yes, right? I know you're not. So what you're basically doing is saying, yo, the majority of women, I agree with you. Just like the majority of men ain't like you. You know what I mean? They ain't about to do what you do. They call you all these other type of names for being the type of dude you are, right? Then there's dudes out here
Yeah,
like
no doubt.
me, which is not the majority of them, that will say, yo, you a good dude. Hold it down, being a stepdad. That's what's up, right? So majority kind of doesn't rule. It kind of just adds validity to like the bad things of society, like Bumpkin was kind of talking about. So I don't really like go off majority. If anything, I've always made it hard for me to find the woman that I want to be with. That's why I only had 3 girlfriends and I've slept with a lot of women because I've always made it extremely difficult and went for the woman that was not a part of that road that was most traveled. I went for the woman that took that other road that made me think differently. That didn't have a mindset that related to that woman that we both know and all of us know about. So when I speak, I usually hop on these panels and I speak of that 10%, that 20% that I speak of all the time on any side, whether any race, whether it's white women or black women or white men or white or black men, is a 20% in this population that is going to be good, that's going to be solid, that's going to sit there and yo, she'll take care of you. You feel me? She will take
And
care of
that's
you. She
and
like,
I agree.
but
And that's
she
what
rare.
that's what I always try to shout out. Like, yo, fuck everybody else, give me the 10, 20%. I'm cool with that because I understand.
Okay, all right. Let's get back on track. Lee, what? Oh, shout out to Bill B. He says, "Man's money is ours, woman's money is hers." Yeah, I mean that's gonna change. Lee, what would it take for what would it take in society for marriages to start skyrocketing again?
What would it take for marriages? It would really take an abundance of people thinking outside the box. Society right now, men are bashing men for not having enough money. Women are then going on and bashing men for not having enough money. That shit gotta stop. The same men complaining, the Fresh and Fits, all these other dudes, they will then bash a man for not having money, then come at the women and say, you need to lower your standards. But you talking shit about the dude that she trying to lower her standards too. So the goal is all this bashing, all this judgmental shit gotta stop. You know what I mean? Back then they wasn't doing that. Go ahead. I don't want to be long winded.
No, you good. When they say they bashing men about not having money, are they bashing men because they can't take care of a household, or they just bashing men that just don't have any money?
Nah. Like I get bashed all the time. They see me work, and they'll be like, "You broke.
How
you
they
just
know you
work
broke?
on."
How they know
Exactly. But yo, exactly.
Yeah, listen. I just want to put out there. I ain't never said it.
I know you never. I know. And look, I ain't never cracked a fat joke on you or called you, because it's usually the dudes that be overweight that I end up getting to be like, yeah, that's what they'll say. They will come at you, and I got my own. Yo, they don't even understand what I do. But like at the end of the day, that guy that is able to take care of himself, that got a crib, that got a car, that got food, could add a woman to that, and she could drive my car. I can add some more food to the crib. I can boom, bada bing, right? Those guys will bet you ain't got enough. You ain't got 100,000. They doing the same thing that now the women do today. It's the men's fault. It's these high earners. They set a bad example for the bottom. They don't big up the bottom and say, yo, because this is why I'll never talk about fucking money, bro. Because any one of us on these panels could, within a year, become a millionaire. Say we can't. We can come up with a great idea and become a millionaire, and then it's on. So that really don't speak to your character as much.
As a grown
that's
man,
what happens.
As a
Go ahead,
grown
my bad.
man, oh no, you good, bro. As a grown man, you shouldn't be discussing your finances on these panels anyway. That's none of no one business. They shouldn't even know. They shouldn't even know how much you make unless you're trying to like advertise, trying to help them make money. If that's not your goal, you shouldn't even be talking about, oh, I make this much. That shouldn't even be discussed around men. We supposed to be discussing how we uplift men, what's going on, like topics like this. That's what we should be discussing. I shouldn't be talking about unlikely, oh, you a broke nigga, you don't got no money. That shouldn't be discussed amongst men.
Yeah,
so the only time I know, so the only time I would say that likely, in which most case I ain't gonna say all, but most dudes do say, if I see a dude and he not hustling, yo, I'm gonna call you what you are. You broke. But if I see a dude who's actually, he might be, where you at, Lee, he might be starting off at a certain point and he hustling and he grinding, yo, salute to you. Salute to you. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the problem. The amount matters, and for whatever reason, I'm sorry, Arno, not to cut you off. For whatever reason, we are afraid to talk about the numerics. Okay?
It does matter.
The number matters. The state where you live in matters. Your living situation matters. All of these things are components that all matter and have an outcome. So we have to talk about how much.
No. I agree.
It's impossible, especially because and I say this all the time, we have to stop telling women what they think is important to them. They are telling us what is important to them. Yeah. And that number matters more than you think.
Okay, Lou, I agree. But you got to understand, though, a man is valued for the most part of how much money he made. Like, when I say value, like what people look at, like celebrities, athletes, and stuff, they look at how much money he made. What I'm saying is, these people that's talking on the panel, when we discussing men issues and all this other, you shouldn't be talking about how much you make. You shouldn't be bragging about. You shouldn't be that shit, because when men brag about how much they make to other men, a lot of times they belittling that person. Like, yeah, I'm making more. It shouldn't be about that.
Nah, it's competition, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with somebody having money. It's nothing wrong with it.
I didn't say that.
I'm just saying, because a lot of people get intimidated by it. And it's like, yo, I see that dude, he making Say you making 100,000, I might be making 40,000. I'd be like, yo, I need to get like that. What did you do? You know what I'm saying? Let me have a conversation with you, yo. That's how I grew up. Like I seen the dude in the hood. He handling his business. He taking care of his family. Yo, how can I get like you
That's
as a kid?
different. That's
You know what I'm saying?
different. A lot of guys. What I got from what Likely said when they said they calling him broke. You shouldn't be calling another man broke in this panel because you don't know what he got going on. It's like you bragging, like I made more. You call. I'm not talking about what you talking about, Trucker. Yell. You're saying that if somebody's saying, "Yeah, I'm making this," and somebody else come on this panel, "Hey, I want to get my CDLs. Hey, you making this much? Hey, could you put me on? Can you show me?" That's totally different from what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. I'm
Yeah.
talking about what Unlikely talking about when they say they calling him broke. They don't know what the fuck he got going on, but they just calling him like that.
Hold on, man. Let me get to BOB super
Go ahead,
chat.
go
He
ahead.
says this idea that a man and a woman's idea of money is the same is Antarctica level cap. All right. He also says Lee owns a weed shop but smokes his own product. so
That's pretty good.
Let me push back on that idea, man, because
yes, sir.
If you on the panel talking about something, right, people are going to want to identify, okay, what's your qualifications to speak on this? Now, if we just having a general conversation and someone go, oh, you broke, you a bum, that's unnecessary, right?
Yes,
but
I agree.
If you talking about, man, these women, they complaining that ain't enough money and this, that, and they go, well, how much money you make is a reasonable question.
It is.
It's all context.
Yeah. But
I mean,
that's
I
different.
mean, but that's what.
Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
That's
bro.
what's killing relationships. This money talk shit. Back
That's
then it
true.
wasn't that. I've literally watched a video, and I'm gonna find it when I mute up. I watched a video, and back in 1920, these white women were making. They were going in the coal mines and digging for coal, right? They were creating the intricate pieces of the light bulbs that we just go get easily now, and it was like mad work, right? And they had worked 12 hours a day, So what has happened now, besides all the women having more control and wanting to be and all that stuff, is multiple heads of dragon to each dragon is what I always say. But what's happening more than ever is this money talk, man. Like this bashing of money, bro. Reality, bro, it should be like, yo, if you got 50,000 and I got 50,000, we should be able to come together. And you shouldn't be so caught up in wanting to live this Instagram life where you need 5 to 7 trips a day.
Exactly.
I mean, every year to keep up with your friends, keep up with the Joneses and shit. And I shouldn't be sitting here thinking that I need to control you. So, because you've literally heard men say shit like, basically in a way, like, I don't want her to go outside because she might get attracted to another man. In small terms, basically, like, yo, you're able to really, control her when you keep her in the house, type shit. And that needs to stop, bro. That's crazy, son. If she can go get money, go get money.
I mean, I get that. You think majority of dudes is out here moving like that now?
I think the ones that are capable of doing it are being fed this bullshit that, yo, you're the prize in a way. Y'all both should be the prize is what I think it is. And you have to be if you're the man, you have to control, you have to bring in the wealth and take care of this woman. And that right there, in a sense, is kind of toxic to me. Go ahead.
Lee, let me say this. This is gonna sound completely insane, but just hear me out, right? I truly believe, and there are extremes on both sides, but I truly believe, in general, suicide rates amongst men would be lower if they had more money. Why do I believe that? Because there are various things that money can buy, okay? And when you're broke, that attributes to how lonely you are, because again, you have to understand, the women are saying, in general, I don't care about the good girls. We want the good girls, but in this conversation right now, I don't care about the good girls that don't care about money, that are not superficial, that are not on Instagram. They're over here in a different world. We are fighting for that. But in general, the women are saying, hey, Lou, if you want a relationship with me, you need to make this amount. Okay. Now we know that most men don't reach this amount that they want. Let's just use 100K for the basis of the conversation.
That's not normal.
But this is what they again. It's not what is normal. It is what they believe and what they are spewing. That this is what they want. Most men don't. Hold on. Hold on. Let me real quick. Let me land. So if most men don't make that amount and they are lonely due to the parameters that they cannot reach, there's a reason why they are killing themselves. Now you can. Deleting themselves. Now you can also say that rich men also delete themselves, but there's a problem here. If most average men are deleting themselves, if the suicide rate amongst men average men is so high, there's a reason for that. And I truly believe that part of that reason, or at least a large part of that reason, which means 50% or more, is money related. This money thing has to be solved for the average man, because if it's not, we're going to have an issue here. Because these average men are going to start getting a little violent. This was said even by Jordan Peterson. These average men are going to start getting a little violent here, because they are not able to obtain the things that used to be obtained in the age of old with the little amount that they had. This is a problem. This is an issue. We need to solve this problem. This is a big problem.
I have a question to you. I have a question because
Go ahead.
Just I'm gonna be quick. So you're basically saying that you believe money. You say the suicide rates. You think it could be solved if more men had money, right?
I'm saying the suicide rates in large portion, is caused by the fact that a lot of men are broke and they don't achieve what society's metrics are being set for them.
But you don't have to make. Go ahead.
So,
just real quick, Smith. I got this. Just give me a second.
It's more complex than just making money. Because if society said 50K is enough, Lou, you're going to be able to buy a house, you are going to be able to afford your wife to stay at home, you are going to be able to have a child with 50K, then the money wouldn't be a problem, and in turn it would solve the loneliness crisis that we are having and the suicide rate crisis that we are having amongst men, which nobody talks about. So, like I said before, in my opinion,
we gotta have a conversation.
To land the plane, more money, in my opinion, would solve these problems.
So you think more money? Okay, so I'm gonna ask you two questions.
Yes.
Ready? Okay, question number one. Have you felt the feeling of money, right? It made you feel good, it made you feel great, it gave you power, right?
Yeah,
now,
when I was making 70K, yeah.
Right. 70, whatever, 100, whatever.
It felt better than 50 for sure.
Okay, now have you felt pure love? Have you felt the feeling of pure love?
No.
Me, I was thinking the same thing, dog.
Yeah. So I do not think that. All right, so I want to say I'm sad that you have not felt that.
Same.
Because it is way more powerful than money. And this is where I'm going back to what I was speaking of when I say that we got to come together on a different type of calculator than this money shit. Because if you believe that, I let you land.
I'm sorry. I have to interrupt you. The things that make us happy, there's a number on it. Everything that you buy that makes you happy or that creates the feeling of happiness so you can continue this life, they put a number on it. This is society.
But if you never had it, if you never had it, you wouldn't know.
That's not true.
Yeah,
my best friend,
bro.
Can it be
two
that's not
things
true.
right?
Look. All right, look. Let me just let
I'm not trying to make an argument of pity here. I'm trying to make an argument of realism.
Trying to get you,
this is the world.
Yeah, but this is the world that is making us have these conversations of being like, yo, it's not that many marriages happen. So if you're talking about that world, right, you're trying to change that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm asking you again, since you said you never felt pure love, what I would tell you is this: pure love is stronger than money, and I think that these people are committing suicide because they are chasing the money and they're not getting that gratification that they would think the pure love would give them. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so what's happening is money has ups and downs, ebbs and flows, and in those ups and downs, people lose their mind. Because while those ups and downs happen, they're not creating the relationships that will create that love aspect. And it could be with men, it could be with women, it could be friends. And a lot of people are not having these relationships, bro. This is why, like, literally, society is kind of tearing itself apart. And social media contributes to this, but I don't want to be all long-winded. Somebody jump in.
I want to jump in.
So, okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Bump.
So
I'm not
hold
calling
on.
you Bump.
Let
That's
me
your
just
name?
let me
The fuck?
just mention this one thing, bro. I gotta stand on my square on this, bro. Everything that you buy that gives you a dopamine hit or a feeling of happiness has a dollar sign. And if people
Yeah, but you can't stand on this because you never felt you just said you never felt true love though.
Lee, for a woman,
so you can't believe.
Hear me out. For a woman to be in a space for her to allow herself to love you, you're the one that has to afford that space.
That's cap. I'm trying to tell you and look you right in your eyes and tell you that a woman
hold
will
on,
love
Lee.
you for who you are, for how you make her feel, and it doesn't really. Some dudes are. Listen to me. Some dudes are stay-at-home dads.
Yeah,
Dead
I know
ass
some-
right now.
Yeah, I know.
Dead
some
ass
guys,
right
yeah.
now.
Bro,
So like for you, like and I know
extreme.
it's not the majority, but remember what we said about the majority earlier. So it's just because the majority of men are taking care of their thing, okay, but the majority of those men are, you could say, like you said, committing suicide or some shit like that. What I'm saying is that the relationships that I see working, the people that I keep around me are dudes that, he's staying at home. He's a carpenter. He's a welder. He got a welding company in his backyard, and he making money. And look, hear me out. And his wife's the lawyer because that's what the fuck she wanted to be. She had a goal. She's not just a fucking vessel. She's an actual human being with goals and things that she wants to achieve.
Lee. Let's be honest. I've only met one woman who's a doctor and a husband a construction worker. They don't build them type of women like that no more, dog.
In major
no
cities.
disrespect.
In major
It-
cities.
it's
Are we
no-
again
it-
talking?
you know, like I don't see a lot of that. But Lou is absolutely right, and you right too.
My brother wife is a lawyer. He a police
listen,
officer.
I don't think you got to do with.
All right, guys. Let's not get caught up on. I need to read these super chats. Shout out to First Gen. What up? The ones that lack say those who have are wrong. The ones that have say those who lack are wrong. Both make excuses for behavior such as the cycle of life. He's referencing the haves and the have-nots, which is very, very accurate. Shout out to First Gen, because I would agree with that assessment. And that is the cycle of life, and it won't stop. Shout out to Love. She said, serious. Why aren't good women considered? Right? That's a good point.
I agree.
And First Gen says, once you realize it's never truly enough, you take control and become thankful for what you got. Resources are just a tool. Don't let the tool use you. First Gen is on point right now. Money alone don't make you happier. Life is easier. So the stuff that costs money becomes easier to exist in. Lee, exceptions prove.
Why do people hate
He
money
said,
so
he
much?
said Lee said exceptions
Well-
prove, which they don't.
I mean, I can. Is that the end of the super chats, by the way?
Yeah, go ahead.
People hate money because it's materialism, and
Who hate
there are things that are better than materialism. It's the bottom line to it.
What are you talking about? Who said they hate money?
Yeah, who said they hate money? What the fuck?
No, but I said that. I said that because whenever you start
just
talking
love
about the
more.
numbers, right?
I
Whenever
love
you
the
start
moments with
talking about the
my
numbers,
friends more.
whenever you start talking about the numbers, which are important, people start to run away. This is my thing, bro. If you don't like money, if you don't love money, because I gotta tell you, I enjoy money a lot. If you don't like money, don't go to work on Tuesday. Take a day off. Take a day off. Matter of fact, quit your job. You see what I'm saying? Money.
Blue.
No. Hold on. I'm using the extreme to illustrate a point that money is so necessary that none of us, outside of maybe Trucker Yo, can say, hey, I'm not going to go to work for a month. 30 days is not a long time. That's how important money is. You need money to do everything in this world.
But now you're changing the conversation and you're moving the goalposts. Lou, let me pause you because you're moving the goalposts. Yes, you are. Because money, because you're talking about taking care of yourself. When we saying is when it comes to actually having a relationship with a woman, Money should not be
We
the,
talk
the
about
top
the
goal
fact
to
that
why
these
she
women are
sticks
leaving
around.
their
That's all.
husbands that get cancer
And
all
vice
the
versa,
time.
and
You
vice-
got cancer, you can't work anymore. Fuck you. That's what they're doing. That's what the women are
Yeah,
doing.
but and then there's women that's not doing that. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying to you. And then again, we talked about the majority not being the right
rare,
way, bro. It's
Yeah,
about the path that's less chosen, fam. That's what I try to
Am I
tell
wrong?
y'all, bro. Y'all always talk about,
listen.
I agree with you. It's
Hold
more
on.
women probably doing it than not, but I'm focused on the women that's doing it, bro.
Unlucky.
Like,
I get what you're saying. I would say the majority, like 50% of women, because y'all just said that
Gotta cook some fish. I'm hungry.
a lot of women are in this working.
Some
They working
tilapia.
now. They working now.
Some tilapia.
If you come to a woman and say, "Hey, I'm a garbage man," and you talk to her, treat her nice or whatever, she gonna fuck with you. She ain't gonna worry about how much money you make. You know. Now you do got some women that, okay, he has to make this much.
Right.
They all wish they can make this. That they want they do to make 400,000. I promise you.
What
The
you mean they all?
majority of women.
All women?
Hold up. We gotta be honest.
Can I finish?
We gotta
Can I
be
finish?
honest, dog.
Can I finish?
Yo, I can't hear y'all if y'all gonna scream over each other. I cannot hear.
You're right. I'm going on.
You're right. I live in South Florida. I live in the South Florida area. If you come to women, you do have some women that to the extreme, but for the most part, if you come to a woman, you talk to her, whatever, y'all communicating, and you got a 9 to 5, a decent job, you square the way, you know, she'll holler at you if you got a little swag, you making a little money, you drive an old school or a decent car that runs, she'll fuck with you. But then you got some women that, you know, you go to certain clubs, live and all that. They only gonna mess with they only gonna mess with the ballers. They only gonna mess with a certain amount. We're not talking about them women. The average woman will never get. That's not the average woman, because the average woman is not gonna marry an athlete, a rapper. They're not gonna do that. The average woman is gonna marry a regular dude. Am I correct?
I agree with you 100%. And these
So
dudes
if
like
you-
to go after the
No,
above average
Hold on,
woman.
hold
Go
on.
ahead.
Hear me out. So if you
Mhm.
if you making decent money, and I say decent money, the decent money is what, 50,000? We all agree on that. You're a school teacher, you're a garbage man, or whatever you do. You come with her, talk to her. You talk to her, and hey, this is what I do. I got a 9 to 5, I'm regular. She'll holler. If you look good, she'll holler. She'll shoot your shot.
Aaron,
Y'all
no, there's
laughing.
no way I'm off. Aaron, no. Yo, bro.
Hey, listen. I don't live in a small town. I have seen it. I don't live in a small town. I'm not in the Midwest somewhere. I'm in a major area. I see it done all the time.
Yo, Sharon,
When
what's
did
poppin'?
this happen? When did this?
Yeah,
Everybody
on Fatty's
Golly,
I don't like him either. I was gonna spark him up.
Come on.
Nah, he said
I did
some
not
wild
know
shit. I
that.
heard he said some
Y'all
wild shit.
still gonna let the
I don't
man
believe it.
suffer?
I don't believe
Y'all,
it. I don't
come
believe it.
on, man.
I gotta be honest. I didn't hear it, but apparently, yeah, he did. Yeah.
I gotta get the time stuff. I don't believe it. No, so look,
They
so
on his head today.
Hold on, we're conflating a lot of things here. So right, so let
we not.
Aaron, no,
You don't
I'm
even
not.
know what I'm about to say.
Aaron, no, you know. Aaron, no,
He about to
you
pop
know
up a
the
video.
numbers. You know the numbers.
Hold on,
I'm
I'm about to
fucking
bring
with
us
you.
full circle. Don't worry, I'm gonna bring us full circle.
said,
John
y'all
the
say
Baptist
so.
says,
Shut up,
y'all.
Stacey.
John the Baptist says, y'all stay single. John the Baptist, we will fall in line. He says, Lee, you are correct. Oh, but just B.O.B. B.O.B. says, Lee, you are correct in theory, but it's difficult for a man to experience love when his money ain't right.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
That's
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob.
Hold
Okay.
on, guys. Relax.
Your money should always be right, fam.
Relax,
you should take care of yourself. You should be wanting to do that since you was 14.
Relax, Lee. Relax.
651 is Marvin Hagler's Body Devil.
Who
What
is that?
Bob talking about? Man?
All right. Oh, shout out to Astro. He says unconditional love doesn't exist from women. No, everything
That
comes
is
from
a fact.
unless it's your mom.
That's cat, bro. You never experienced
fact,
it.
bro.
That's all that means. You just
That's a fact, bro.
It's a very. Never mind. Go ahead.
Let's get recentered, right? So we're discussing what you're saying, Lee. It's true, right? The problem that exists is it sustainable? And men have to project, right? So the money we make in 2023, and we dealing with women, we dealing with family, all these things, we got to get that, make sure that money is leading to a 2030. We have to project, because if everything goes to hell, it's on us. So it's not about having a lot of money and things like that, but we got to project. So that love that currently exists fades over time. Because what happens is, as you go through life together with somebody, obstacles exist. And love, that's why women keep telling us, Lou said it, right? And he's absolutely right. Women keep telling y'all, we just keep telling what they should want. They keep saying love ain't enough. That's them. We not saying love ain't enough. They are.
Yeah, but okay, but
aren't
those
they working,
women.
Aaron? Don't you got 2 incomes nowadays? Everybody working in the household.
That's okay.
They don't care.
Pay attention. Wait. Pay attention. This is important. Look at the studies. What do the studies say? Women are postponing marriage or not getting married at all. The birth rates are down because women think children cost too much money and men can't afford them. This is what women believe. So regardless of what we care about love and all this stuff, their actions actually we have to go by. And their actions say, I don't listen. If a woman love you enough, she's willing to have your kid poor or rich, right? The answer is no. So when you say pure lovely, you can't say pure love if a woman gonna put conditions on having a child with you. You got to be careful, because this is like we going to crazy.
See, the thing about love, the thing about understanding love is that you got to love thyself before you love another. So if we talk about a person that, and again, you keep jumping into majority, and I'm not talking about majority. I'm talking about the minority, and the minority is the ones that actually dictate society. So when we want to talk about a family, we don't talk about a bunch of families. We talk about the Rothschild, whatever the hell they call, which is the family that basically, the Rothschilds, they created school, and they are the biggest family, and they basically control all this shit. So it ain't about a bunch of families. It's about that one movement that's going to create a shockwave, right? So in this situation, what I'm talking about is this, right? We're talking about the minority, and you're right, it's not sustainable. So I agree with you, because the minority is still the minority, but at the end of the day, it is happening and it is successful. And what I'm telling, and I'm basically, what I'm trying to do is give hope to men and women that dude or that woman is that lady is still out there for you, but it's going to be harder to find. And this is why I make arguments towards the body count, right? This is how I would create arguments for the body count, because we all understand now that there is like 10%, 20%. You've been nodding your head, Aaron, because you agree. So we can't say that, like, people are going to make mistakes, because in that 80% that's going to take those wrong paths, that's going to do those wrong things, those women that's going to be like, nah, he got to have it all, else is a lot of those women. So you're going to make a bunch of mistakes, just like I did. You think somebody wanted to sleep with a bunch of women? Nah. But at the end of the day, it's like, you could be fooled. Somebody could put on the perfect mask for you. And give you a perspective that you want to see. And now you caught up in it. And I see women get caught up in that all the time. So that's why when I sit here and I go, I don't care about the body count, is respecting the fact that I understand that, in a way, not to be disrespectful, respectfully, women are naive. And men know the game. Like me, I know the game. I know exactly what to say, what to do, what situation to put you in, what environment to put you in, how to talk to you, how to get you to feel really comfortable, to get you feel like this could be something. And then in my head is nothing. So I think we both just need to give grace on both sides, and that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to hog it up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not giving grace with a chick with a high body count. Not gonna happen. All right. Nope, body count matters.
Well, Lee, what you said ain't necessarily wrong, but it's not something we can have as a sustainable model. Like,
not mathematically observable at all.
Yeah.
If the majority is the majority, then why are we looking at the extremes? Again, I'm a realist. The majority of women are saying this thing. Lee is saying this other thing. But then when we look at the numbers, we know that most women go after
Lee actually
a small, minute type of men. So how does that make any sense mathematically?
But go ahead. Sorry about that.
Be quick. You know me, I'm quick.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna grab a bit.
Yeah, Lee is actually contradicting himself because he says the world is like run by the minority, right? And if the minority is doing the things he's talking about, then he don't need to give hope to nobody because he only should expect the minority to
Because
do
you
it,
can find
which
it.
they are, in which they already are doing it. So he kind of conflicting his own statement.
Yeah, he got me lost. Well, what?
You don't need to give hope to people that you don't expect for people to get when the minority already have what he's saying that they should have.
Okay,
Well,
so
see, I was
Luke,
being nice, okay? But I honestly don't care about the lower society when I understand exactly how the game works. So I really don't care. But you know, I'm just being nice. But in reality, no, I don't care. I understand how the world works. I understand that it doesn't take many, it just takes the few. That's why I brought up the Rothschilds, because they are able to control all of society, and that's just one family. So that's what I mean by minority rules. They just don't care about dictating the bigger part of society. People can do what the hell they want, especially in America.
Wait. There's a conflicting thing to your statement again, and my brain is specialized to find contradictions. You're talking about
because you're a robot.
Hey, that's fine. You're talking about what you just said is, have you ever felt pure love, Lou? Money shouldn't even matter. Then go to one of the richest.
I never said money shouldn't matter. Don't do that bullshit.
Listen,
You did just say that.
No, whoa! I never said money should matter. Yo, I kept saying that.
You said conversations about money is the problem. Have you ever felt pure love, Lou?
No, all right, go ahead.
I know what he meant.
I might have heard wrong.
I know what he meant.
Go ahead, man.
I might have heard wrong. Lou, go ahead to tell me what
he basically saying what Lou was saying, that he basically saying that you don't have to have like the 6 to 7, the 6, the 3, the 200, 300,000. If you got a decent job and you come correct, you know, you can get it. Women want stability.
Guys are gonna give me a fucking heart attack, bro.
Well, look. Let me jump in there. Because all right, look. This is what I'm saying. Look, all I'm saying is this: y'all gotta lead with love first. All right, y'all gotta have a genuine. She gotta really be attracted to you, fam. This is extremely important. You dudes gotta lower your standards. A lot of you dudes, like the Lou going for the 8s, the 9s, the 10s. He is. That's what he gonna do. If I bring him to Miami, he gonna go for all the chicks.
Lee, I'm 5'5". It doesn't matter what I want. It matters what they want, bro. What are you talking about?
Nah. Hold it down. Look, Lou, if I bring Lou to Miami, he gonna go for the baddies. And this is what men do. I've seen it. I brought dudes from Jersey, New York, Philly, Boston. I brought them down here, and they all do the same thing. They go for women way out of their fucking league, out of my league. I'd be like, bruh, you really trying to put pressure on her? Chick is just amazing. And those are the women that be fucking these dudes over, Aaron. That's what they get caught up in. So it's back to what I said in the beginning. It's the man's fault, Aaron. So we gotta fix ourselves before we start talking about fixing women.
But Lee, if that's what you said, why is B.O.B. saying, Lee, I'd rather be low self-esteem with millions than supremely confident living off payday loans? If you didn't say money wasn't a problem, why he talking about money then?
Well, first of all, B.O.B. can have it all. He can have both of them. And that's the problem. He making it seem like I'm trying to take away the money. Get your money, fam. But don't sit there and try to take care of a woman. Let her go get hers too. Get with a shorty that got a goal, got aspirations. Listen, I was just talking to a shorty from France, and she was talking about how she 34, and she talking about how she want to be a stay-at-home mom. And I'm looking at her like, damn. And I'm asking her questions like, yo, do you think you can attract a man better like now that you're 34, like than 25? And she like, nah, but this, that, and the third. I'm like, so why haven't you been able to find this husband that you're looking for? The question is, these dudes are on to the game. They on to the plot. So if you end up getting with a dude that is going to try to take care of you, he's going to end up cheating on you, and then you ain't going to like that as a woman, so you're going to end up in an ill spot regardless. So your best option, like you asked me before, what's the best option to get more marriages going? And I'm saying again, it is for two people that got a little bit of money to come together. 50,000 make 100,000. $100,000 in Texas is is equivalent to $80,000, and everywhere else across the United States, that's around that same total. Unless you're in New York, then it's like 30,000. But y'all got to come together. Women got to lower their standards, and men do too.
Okay, Astro want to know, what does out of your league mean, Lee, if it's all about love? Laughing out loud.
Easy. That's easy. Y'all going for the shorties with a woman who got a crazy body, and you not know what I'm talking about. I ain't got to explain this to y'all. That's out of your league, bro. If you ain't got a crazy body too, meaning if you don't have abs, my man, if you don't have shoulder blades that pop all the way out to the back of your neck, my man, let him go. And that's what y'all do. Yo, it be chubby dudes. Yeah, maybe chubby dudes in the club trying to get a baddie, bro. This is what I mean by out of your league. That answer your question.
If he got the money, there's nothing. If you got the money,
Right
it depends
there.
on what city.
Right
Whoa. Hear me out.
He don't
Hear
really
me out.
like you though.
Hear me out.
Bruh.
You know, in major cities, when I say major cities, Miami, Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, major cities, LA, San Diego, major cities. You know, it doesn't matter how you look. You know that. Y'all know that. Major city, if you got the funds, it doesn't matter. Right or wrong? Am I lying?
You ain't like, but listen, Lee, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. These chubby niggas is knocking niggas' wives down.
If they got the funds,
stop underestimating these chubby
got the
dudes that you keep underestimating is literally sleeping with other niggas' wives every day. B. Let's keep it all the way 1,000, dog.
That is the top 5%, 10% of men. Ugly, you know, the scammers, dope boy, athletes, rappers, you know, they're like the guys that really make that the big time. Yeah, they can holler at any chick. You know, it is what it is. Now
I know
their hit rate is high.
current.
Their hit rate is higher than somebody that doesn't make as much. But it is what they got to lead with their money, and that can be toxic.
Man, I gotta get this dude on here, dog. I gotta get this nigga on here so you can see for yourself. Yo, this dude, I promise to God, on my kids, this dude is like 400 pounds, my nigga. This dude be having all type of bad chicks in his phone, dog. Wives and all, sending videos and everything, bro. Y'all better stop playing with these dudes. These women, listen.
I don't know how we can go through life and ignore the most. Maybe it's because I'm not expressing myself well at this point, at this time of day. But I don't know how we can go through life without ignoring the most important fucking component other than God. Literally, if you believe in God, which is money. Bro, it's impossible.
Nobody.
I agree with you, Lou.
Lou, I agree with you.
I'm talking to Lee.
I agree with you.
No. Lou, I agree with Lou. I'm not saying. Listen, if you don't have a 9 to 5, if you're not making a bare minimum $50,000 a year, you shouldn't be dating as a man. You shouldn't be dating. That's my opinion. You shouldn't be dating.
Wait, say that again.
If you're not making $50,000, the minimum, the $50,000, you shouldn't be dating. That's my opinion. You can't.
I don't agree, but you're making my point, though. I don't agree, but you're making my point.
You technically are.
But if you don't got the funds, how can you date? Explain. How can you date? How can you go?
The problem is, here's the problem, right? Do y'all know broke guys that sleep with women?
Yeah.
They look.
No, it's not a requirement. Okay. We just want it to be.
It's not a requirement, but how they look. How a lot of them guys look. And how the girls look. And how the women look. Show me the women and show me the guy.
It looked like the people that want to mess with somebody that ain't got no money mean they making decisions that ain't about money, which is what you want.
But the problem is, Aaron, the main point of the conversation is, how do you find love, or how do you allow love to flourish? Okay, women have different metrics for different things. I truly believe that if you want a woman to love you, you have to create a space for her to love you, and she's going to have her own fucking rules when it comes to that. That is a fucking
fact, bro. That is a fact.
She's gonna have her own rules when it comes to that. And
right, so what's your approach tactic? What one are you approaching her, or is she approaching you when it comes to this love thing?
Marquis said he's from Central Florida. He about to come down to rock with you because you out your mom. Now I'm just messing with you. I don't know if it's because you out your mind or not.
Listen, man, I would say the problem is, right? You asked a question earlier, Aaron. You said, what would it take for marriage levels to go up? Simple. It's simple. Pass a single law. Pass a single federal law would solve it instantly. All right? Instantly. All right? Depending on the region, give a newly married couple a loan that would cover a house in their area. Make that loan pay. Make that loan paid off. All 25%.
Because only gonna
make
go to
that
white
loan
people.
paid
Get your
off.
ass out of here.
Make that loan paid off. 25% for every kid they have. It solves two. That second part's not important, but two stones. One bird, two stones.
That is interesting.
But the point of that is right because we've been squeezing the middle class. The middle class is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, right? That area between poverty, middle class, and rich. That middle class area has been
talking about something
squeezed
that's
more
never
and
gonna
more.
happen though.
Nothing's impossible, Lee.
Yeah, some things are impossible. See, the thing is that again, we got trillions of dollars of debt. Y'all keep fucking trying to ask for money from the government. Give a loan. No, the fact is this. There's a bunch of money already circulating in the country, and what you guys need to do is get up off of your 9-to-5 asses and find a second income that doesn't involve you wasting your time for money. That's the thing. You got to find something else. There's a bunch of other things to do out there, but you guys want to just make money off 9-to-5 jobs. That's the problem. Like Trucker Yale, he fucking does trucking, and he don't got to fucking. Are you fucking sitting there getting paid $30, $25 an hour? No. And those jobs are not fucking changing. Those jobs want to stay the same because that's a part of the system, and the system is not here to satisfy people. Y'all gotta. I don't get why y'all understand
Truckers
25. I'm cool with 25. You feel me?
Truckers
Like,
make more than $25 an hour.
That was my point. You didn't get that. That was what I was trying to say. Is that he definitely, of course, he make more than $25 an hour. I'm trying to say that he has created
the local drivers.
He
make
invested in
$25.
his truck. He spent money to get his trucks. He spent money to get his license, and then he created his own income. And he didn't go to there was no government school for this. He had to do it himself. Government is trying to teach you how to become a fucking worker. You got to figure out.
Lee, let's get back on track. Let me ask you this: what would you like to see? What laws would you like to see?
Kicking his ass. All right, go ahead.
It's not important. What laws would you like to see implemented or created that would encourage people to be married, and actually you think that would help sustain marriages? This is the question to the panel.
Limit the amount of kids that could. No, and not limit. You would have to find. This is like far-fetched shit. You would have to find some way to. You would have to. The only way to have a baby is by just how somebody would go into court and file for it. You would have to file for a baby, and you would have to give reason to why. I know this is. We talking about far-fetched shit. I said it was far-fetched. You have to this is what the only way I think it would
take all this for you to get married.
What the
hell? Wait, for me to get married? Wait, how I go to me? You just said for everything.
Okay, but okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. You're right. Not you specifically. I didn't mean it like that, but the way you described
I mean for. All right, wait. Ask your question again. Sorry. Go ahead. Ask your question again. I gotta make.
All right. So what laws do you think need to be implemented or removed to facilitate more people getting married and sustaining being married?
And staying married, and I mean, you could say like the alimony, obviously. I mean, that right there gives women to incentive and gives single women incentive to tell they married friends, yo, you could do it, boss them and get some bread. So I think that right there would be one, definitely for sure. Just using one. Because there shouldn't be no incentive to, because like that's like saying if men had an incentive, like if their dudes would be sitting there like, yo, bro, like playing basketball, like, yo, bro, like you said you need some money, right? Aren't you sick of shorty? Like, yo, go divorce her, get some bread. Like, it'll be the same thing. Dudes will do the same thing. It's human nature to take advantage of situations, especially when you feel a way about a person and shit. If anything, it can make you feel a way about a person. Like, bro, you got it in a way of 30,000. Like, you in the way of 30,000 right now. I'm about to get you out the way. So, I would definitely say that.
I just want to make sure. So your whole point is everyone should be millionaires.
My whole point is what?
Everyone should be millionaires.
Now, my whole point is that you need to deflate the air in your cheeks. But whatever. Look, like the thing is, everybody shouldn't be millionaires. Everybody can't be millionaires. No.
Yeah, that's impossible.
That's impossible. I don't want millionaire problems, bro. I'm cool with how I am. Like life being simple, smooth. You know what I mean?
How capitalists work. The majority of people going to be middle class.
Yeah,
middle class supposed to feed the economy.
Well, I tell you, get comfortable with find joy in being lower class. Find joy in that. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but yo, back in the day, people was cool with, and yo, you may not like this. And then I'm saying if both of y'all are lower class and both of y'all say make less than 50,000, but y'all have a relationship together, well, or if it's just that dude. A lot of dudes are finding comfort in being lower class. Yo, they not really caring about wanting to like level up to that level.
Well,
you know
it depends.
Making less than 50K is not lower class, by the way.
Yeah, it's not lower class. It depends what state you in. And also, when y'all throw out these numbers, I always got to go back what state you live in. Because certain states,
that's true.
If you're making 50K, you're doing damn well. If you're making 45, you're doing in certain states. Now,
I'm doing good in California, making like 21. So like,
how?
No,
you that's how I know you rich. That's how I know you got money, bro. Wait, hold on, fellas. What part of California you live in?
There's nowhere in California.
I live in the Bay Area. So listen.
Oh yeah, hell nah, dog. Hell, man, you got come on, dog.
The problem is y'all live all these inflated lifestyles. Okay, I have a thing called DEFCON alert, which I've enacted a way of life to live at the lowest possibility, right? Making the lowest income out there, working multiple jobs.
Aaron, you got your reparations yet? You got it already.
Hey, listen, that's
you
why
ain't slick. You ain't slick right now, dog.
I'm waiting on the reparations.
Aaron,
no, but see, that's y'all problem. Y'all don't see good people in the Bay Area that's making little money. Y'all just don't know. Like, you just got to know how to maneuver to sustain. See, the problem with y'all got all this money. Y'all so inflated and stuff. Y'all don't understand. There's people out here just barely.
You live in
ain't got this addiction.
You live under a bridge at 21. Listen, I'm just saying this right now, bro. There's no way you can make $21,000 and live in the Bay Area of California.
When
a studio apartment,
Aaron,
we're talking 1,500. Ain't no way.
Yeah,
there's no way.
Aaron, you ridiculous. 21,000 means that you making 1,800 a month, Aaron. That's how much you making.
Wait, but he might be right though. He might be right. I mean, he always listen. His number
one man says, San Francisco. Did he say San Francisco area?
Yo, the Bay Area. But
there's nowhere in California that's cheap.
20.
There's nowhere in California. There's nowhere in California. I've been in California.
Aaron told me he told me dead face. Yo, my number one goal is to find a rich wife. So he might be right.
I'm barely hanging on.
He can pull that shit
out. Oh my God, bro.
He can definitely
hold on. Listen to this.
Yeah, do the math.
Yo, median rent for all bedrooms and all property types in Bay Area, California is $4,224. Yo, Aaron, get out of here, Aaron.
Motherfucker has to make 21K a month.
California, you got to make at least 80,000.
Another one says 2,933.
Lee, get off the Google. Listen, Lisa. This all you got to understand. See where I'm from. Listen. This gonna sound crazy, but we have rent control, and if you've been living in a place for so long, Like your rent. Listen, I promise you, it be dirt.
I feel you. No, you're right. No, you're right.
It be dirt cheap for a lot of people with the rent. Look, the landlord laws and where I'm at, it sucks for landlords. It's horrible.
Like New York.
Oh, right.
Like
So y'all got all the power. Yeah,
New York is bad too.
New York kind of changed up though. It's more like New Jersey now. It's not New York. It's more like New Jersey now.
Okay.
New York done did that Cali shit, and now they had throw that rent up $1,000 on your ass. Shit, $2,000.
Okay, all right. Cause I know they had a rent control.
Hey, he
too.
said we rent 12 per square feet.
Bro, that man must live in a closet, bro.
Hey, but they actually are doing that in California, though, where they actually taking the little
Y'all gotta learn how to dial your life back. Stop trying to live all these first class.
That's what I do, yo. I got a little motorcycle, little cheap ass Chinese motorcycle, Aaron. I don't be doing shit. I be chilling.
That's why his ass is he can't afford to drink no damn fruit punch. That's what it is.
That's why you're always drinking water.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what the cheapest is.
Live
in one place.
Hey, look, I can splurge on fruit punch maybe every 7-8 months if life going well. I can a little bit of fruit punch. Ain't too bad. It ain't too bad.
But no, man, I know California is expensive because Washington State was expensive.
Cali, I mean Miami.
It definitely can be. It definitely can be.
Listen, bro. I had an actual job offer to San Francisco. I was like, nope. I'm not paying. And it was paying good too, but I was like, no.
Oh no. If you coming in now, it's all bad. Like you got to be already established, rent control set up, all that stuff. Because if you think you about to just, bro, it's people that's paying. I hate to tell y'all this, $8,500 for one bed. So,
oh wow, it's like that. It's like New York. New York prices like that, Aaron.
It's pretty much like New York in a lot of ways. Yeah,
wow. I didn't know that.
That's why people don't want to move here. Because if you have to come in, you don't have leases established, you don't have rent control established. They just passed a law for California to have rent control as a state. It's gotten so bad.
That's wild.
Wow. I tell
you
everybody,
know what's crazy? Oh, go ahead.
The best state right now to move to is Texas. I tell everyone that.
Don't y'all bring
Texas, your money go the longest, but I'm not going to.
Don't y'all bring y'all
ass to Texas. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't about to fuck with that. Nah.
Texas is expensive as well.
That's the place where Juneteenth. That's the place where like black people are like
you Californians, y'all stay y'all ass somewhere else. Do not come to Texas,
bro. When I moved to Houston, bro, I'm staying where the white folks at.
I'm not staying next to no black people in Texas, dog.
I'm in Atlanta right now.
Are you?
Leave that alone.
Crazy,
y'all can have that.
Crazy.
Look what AL said.
Atlanta too. I live there. Y'all can have that.
You mentioned rent control in Boston. They getting you up out of there ASAP. Average rent is over 3 bands for a 1 bed. Boston is expensive.
That is a fact.
Boston's super expensive.
Y'all want to know how much?
They have to get rent control soon. Like
Boston got some of the baddest white women. That's why they got the prices up like that.
Y'all want to know how much I pay for a 2-bedroom in
Boston
in
got
Flyover
the baddest
State?
white women, bro. You are
2-bedroom apartment in a Flyover State.
Hey, who got music
Crazy
playing in the
swag.
background? I have to be careful with copyrights. I don't know who.
Not me.
That ain't me.
That's my son. My bad. Hold on.
Yeah, that's bumping.
No, ain't me. For a 2-bedroom, right? Water, sewage, and garbage paid for by the landlord. It's $550 a month.
Wait, where you at?
North Dakota.
No one cares. No one fucking cares. I would never go there. I'd rather fucking pay
Why not?
$3,000 a month because I want to fucking enjoy my fucking years, bro. What are you talking about?
I've been in North Dakota. I've been in North Dakota.
I'm never living in the middle of America.
I know you ain't got no crime
paying $600 rent living in North Dakota.
Yeah, I know. I've been in North Dakota.
Makes perfect sense.
Matter of fact, wait, hold on, guys. You shouldn't even be paying rent if you live there. You should own everything. You buy all the land. What's wrong with you?
Land's still pretty expensive out here.
No, because
outside the major cities. Outside the major cities.
Bro, you are in North Dakota, bro. That's fucking hilarious, dog. You in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Look, Joe said California's cost of living is 200% higher than the national average. It can't be higher than New York's right now.
Right.
Nah, New York shit is up there. It's right there.
It's up there. They all.
I watch my boy.
Y'all don't have no crime rate out there.
They have power rate.
Hell nah.
They ain't got
said
shit going on.
crime. You said there be crime out there. You know,
What?
North
You say
Dakota?
power rate or crime?
Hey, unlikely. They over here laying off right now, bro. That's why I told you I gotta move, bro. They dump.
Yeah.
It is the fourth.
where you at?
I'm in
Bro, I don't know how y'all
the
can
south
stay in
side of
Atlanta,
Atlanta,
bro.
bro. I'm outside
Oh
right
yeah,
now. They over here dumping off right now.
yeah. What you down in College Park or
Yeah, College
Old
Park.
National?
Yeah.
Old
Yeah,
National?
right
Yo,
up, right on Old
It's
Nat.
over, dog.
nah, get that shit out of here.
Bro, they
Nah,
dumping,
son.
bro.
It's too many. Yo, I love all people, but yo,
But you
I
hear
ain't
that? You
chilling
hear
next
that?
to a lot of black people, bro. Nah, bro.
I'm over here at
Hell
the
nah.
Petro.
So I'm sorry,
Wait,
bro.
I'm over here at the Petro by the Blue Flame.
Oh, you like
You know
20?
what
You
I'm
like
talking
15 minutes?
about? Blue. Oh, yo.
I know y'all hear that in the
I'm cool
background.
on it. I'm done.
Yeah,
I
we
can't.
can
I'm
hear
like,
that background.
I'm straight.
They dumping.
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
All right,
Yo,
guys.
they.
All right. We
My
got to
bad,
get back.
bro.
We got to get back on track. So Bumpkin said, make a law or set up incentives to where the government will support a wherever state you in, whatever city you in, a loan that will help newly married couples get into that home. That's actually really interesting because most people ain't getting no home when you come to San Francisco.
Nope.
That's not happening.
Wait.
Nah.
They give you like $10,000 for when you
That ain't no
like,
money. That's
That
not
ain't
no
no
money. The
money. That
bottom
ain't no
of
money.
an
It's gotta
investment
in
be able to.
California.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be
Two,
enough to buy
300.
a home. It's gotta be
Yeah.
enough to establish. Is because
Yeah, that's
listen,
what I'm saying. Like,
the problem, the root of the problem is you cannot be either partner. Both partners have to be working, right? And that's why birth rates are plummeting. That's why marriages are falling apart because both partners are going to be away from each other the majority of the day. All right.
Yep.
Both partners are going to be out there working. Both partners are going to be meeting new people, all of that. Okay. So
California don't have a middle
See,
class.
there you go. That fear, meeting new people. Look at them.
No,
that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
You said that though.
Hold on, B. California don't have a middle class. That's the problem. California, New York, they don't have a middle class. They don't have a middle class.
But you have to support. You have to support marriage, right? So as the state, if they want to emphasize marriage and they want to, they should let newly married couples establish themselves with a house, and that would having a house right off the bat of being married. Check it out. That's a lot. That's a lot to give.
Okay, but by you doing that, all
their marriage.
By you doing that, all your lower level neighborhoods are going to turn to shit. It is going to make you move out that community because of the violence going on.
The problem is all the government is doing is giving out more debt to you. Like, and I think what younger people have learned is they want freedom. They don't even want, like, home ownership is going down because younger people don't want to be tied to one geographical location. They want to be able to move here, work from home, work 4 days a week, travel. They don't want it. So, like, let me ask you guys, what is the American dream now when it comes to family? Because I don't see commercials for it no more.
There is
no
American dream, Aaron.
Yeah, it used to be home ownership.
It's the American nightmare now, but there is no American.
No, it's actually a better American dream.
Oh, really?
Because I mean, like, bro, like, come on, like, think about it right now. Like, when I look at, I'm not even gonna do that, but yeah, I think it's a better American dream. I think people should have more freedom to be able to be what they want. I love that women are able to be what they want more, and they're not under the coverage of men as much, solely because really they needed men back then to be able to sustain a lifestyle, and now you see it so frequently, women able to do that without it. So I love that. If you have a daughter, if you had a daughter or whatever, you will see that as well, because you want her to be able to be what she wants to be. And back then, women had to be what they needed to be for the family. And now you could kind of do both.
Well,
do you think that's better for society?
Yes, I do think it's better for society,
so
for
think
women.
The results of that for the past 50 years have been a betterment for society.
Yes.
That's wild.
Okay, how is it wild?
You have to be blind then. You have to be blind then.
Okay. Well, I get what you're saying because you live in your bubble in North Dakota.
I didn't grow up in North Dakota, Lee.
Okay, I don't care. I don't care, but that's where you chose to stay now, right? So that's where you think your life and your existence is. That's the fullness of it, is North Dakota. So that's cool. But look, let me just say this, right? Let me say this right now. the same Miami that you like, if you speak of cities and stuff, right? Any city now is more built up than it was before. That means that the people, again, that minority is still growing, still building within the country. And just yesterday, I watched a video of them showing how most of the country is thriving. There's just small pockets in every area that is having these issues, and the news likes to portray that to make it seem like it's most of the country. But most of the country is thriving. I'm watching them literally build Miami into a metropolis. And most people are like, "Oh, it's Miami," but it's happening everywhere. I went to my back to my city. I went back to my city in New Jersey, and they built the first four condominiums in Elizabeth, New Jersey. And y'all want to tell me that things are not thriving and relationships are not working, but the country is growing and thriving.
Like, Lee, what's the most investments in America?
What's the what?
What do you think that would be?
Who would what be? What you saying here?
Bro, listen, I hear what you're trying to say, bro, but all I see today is niggas is investing in hoes all day long.
What?
Whoa, that's the type of people you around. Oh my God, I can't believe you're just saying that. Yes, it is. Yeah, but you're saying the TV is meant to distract.
All about being a
bro.
hoe.
Yes, because the majority
It's either you're a hoe or you're LGBT. Point blank.
The majority.
Come on, bro.
Damn.
I'm keeping it 1,000. It's no disrespect, but that's the truth. Look, there are some solid individuals out here, but just the thing they don't like.
I just don't
There
know.
are more hoes than solid individuals, bro.
I just don't get how people can look at the current society and be like, yeah, no, we're way better than we were 20 years ago. It just doesn't happen to me.
We're in the middle of change, right? So Lee was talking about pure love, right? Pure love. And when somebody look, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't believe in that crap, but I'm open to the idea that other people do, right? He said pure love, which to me, I interpret that as soulmates, right? This stuff could work out. We need pure love. Listen to what this lady says about pure love.
And so you said, you know what, this, I'm out of here. I need more money. I was selfish and took advantage of a real unfortunate situation, which was he loved me and David unconditionally, completely unconditionally. And when you love someone like that, you really accept their flaws and you accept less than what you should. So really, I should have been a better wife. Every time we saw each other, like you knew that was your soulmate, right? Wow, I mean, so he was your soulmate. It's hard because I knew how he still felt about me.
He just loved you.
He really did.
And you broke his heart.
And she doesn't give a fuck about that man.
I got a good explanation of that.
Off rip, prolific. You already know.
So when she said soulmate, right? Your soulmate, like me and my partner, we've been together like 4.5 years. I met her when she was 19, I was 22. Well, your soulmate, I ain't gonna lie, your soulmate is somebody that no matter, they stick by you, you know, with your ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? Your ups and downs. If you got no money, if you got money, you know, she rocking with you to the end, to the casket closed type shit. You know what I'm saying? So
you can only determine your soulmate if you're dead, then, based upon what you just said.
Well, okay. Let me add in on that, right? So the reason why I know she's the one for me, cause like God revealed her to me. To be real honest with you.
God reveals everybody to everybody.
No, it's real. It's complicated to explain, bro. But
your relationship status ain't complicated. I get it.
I can't.
Aaron. Come on, bro. Listen, little prolific, bro. I salute you. You found yours at a very early age, bro.
No. I don't know nobody's right.
Absolutely.
We said soulmate, but you got to be rocking together forever, man. You on what is forever?
Well,
to you?
she was made for me. If that makes sense.
Man, every woman is made for you. You can make any woman.
Not really though. Think about it.
If you pick a woman, she's supposed to be made for you. To sit here, all right, let me give you an example. Let's take it off of you and put it on me. If I found my soulmate, I'm telling you, I love you. Insert Fatty's favorite clip, right? And then all of a sudden, 3 years go by, car hit her, she knocked off the building, right? You think I'm gonna be alone? You think I'm not gonna find nobody else? Should I be with another woman knowing that she can't be my soulmate?
It's easy to find yours because she got to be a
I
rich
ain't gonna
woman.
do that. I'm gonna hold it
She got to
silent.
be a rich white woman.
I'm gonna be
So you
silent.
got to be alone.
You find that every day.
No, I'm serious.
You have to be alone forever if your soulmate disappear, bro. You shouldn't touch no other woman because you know she ain't good enough.
I'm not. Dead. Well, you know, God, you ain't.
I mean, some people remarry for companionship. To be honest,
I'm good on that.
That ain't right. Unless you tell that woman, "Hey, my soulmate passed. I just want a companion."
Yeah, widow.
I mean, and she accept that deal. That's fair.
Yeah, if you're a widow, so y'all telling me that a widow can't get remarried?
Did you hear what I said?
I ain't saying that at all.
He said soulmate. I don't believe in that crap. He said soulmate. He gonna be alone if she go away. So I can accept that as long as he alone. Don't put no other woman through nothing.
I'll tell you this: if you die, she's gonna find a soulmate, all right. If you die, she's gone.
But now I'm gonna hold it down, bro. I mean, like I said,
respectfully, of course.
I'm a loyal ass nigga, so I'm like I said, I'm gonna hold it down, bro. That's some true G shit.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good mentality to have, man.
Cause any other female that be coming in my face, bro, even to this day, I be knowing that's a damn devil. That's it.
The devil is the devil is the one that's usually deceiving you to do something for a long period of time. So let that sit for a second.
Lou, why you anti-marriage, bro? What's going on?
I'm not anti-marriage. The devil is usually the one who is deceiving you to do something for a long period of time, and you have no idea they are the devil until they are revealed to you. I'm not saying that this is the case, of course, but you have to. I'm a realist. I'm realistic about life. Okay, maybe I'm biased due to the things that have happened to me, but at the same time, these people and people like Prolific, right? They believe in this God, spirit, goodness. No, the world is full of demons. This is what the world is. The world is evil. People are evil. They want to use you, bro. This is facts.
That's what you think. Wait. That's what you think. Yeah, that's why you single. Yeah, exactly. If you think like that, if you think like
you
that,
deceiving yourself at this point.
Yeah, if you think like that,
Hey, Lou.
So that divorce court comes around.
Gary Grant said he found his
I
soulmate.
don't believe in that
25
shit.
years is reasonable. I give it to my guy Gary Grant. You get you a 25 quarter piece in there. I go ahead and concede it to you, but 25 at minimum. I don't want to hear nothing less than 25. That's the standard now. Shout out to
Miss Blizz in the chat.
Shout out to Gary. I didn't know he was still around these streets.
Lou, I've been rocking with you the whole show, but bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, dog. As long as you keep moving in bad faith, you're gonna keep receiving.
Hey, Trakael, you know
Nah,
the
the
same
truck
thing
is right though.
I'll give it to you like this, right? You know the same thing I do. So if something happens in your marriage, I guarantee you won't be like Prolific crying around because you know the truth.
Oh yeah.
Somebody going over a cliff.
Hold on. Gary, of course, brother, you always
going over a cliff.
Is you coming up here to explain to these brothers how to get a soulmate? And also, I would love to hear Gary's view on if he believes marriage currently fits society. If he's been watching the show, because that would actually be interesting. Because at this point, don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I don't listen. I think it fits.
Created
it just don't fit for the women. As long as you got dudes out here playing Cinderella all day long, then yeah, it is what it is. Man.
Wait, what that mean? What that means? Cinderella.
I'm just saying. They out here, bro. I'm telling you,
right off his feet.
Yo, Jesus Christ, bro.
I mean, listen. I'm sympathetic to Lou because I understand that, right? There's a lot of evil people out there, right? There's a lot
No,
of evil
for real.
people out there, right? And that is a true statement, right? So maybe, you know what, I'm gonna give Lou the benefit of the doubt. Maybe a lot of women in the past hurt him. You know what I mean? I'm just saying,
Yeah,
probably
that's
a
the
lot
only.
hurt him.
Yeah, but I don't. You know me. You know, Bumpkin. Listen, I'm straight up honest, right? You know me. No shit, right? This is why I know that, bro. Women are conniving and deceiving. I know because I've been through it. All right, and in my crazy days, I've been through a lot. So I've done the math.
Are
Okay,
you
so
judging that off your crazy days?
no, I'm not judging. I'm not judging anybody, bro. I'm judging the world as it sits through my eyes. Because if you've been through 100 women, I'm giving you an example, and 98 of them were trash, you can make a realistic conclusion to what the world is like today. That's
No,
all I'm
you made the
saying.
decision to do that.
No,
I
no,
didn't do
no.
that.
Me? Okay, so who is the second party in the relationship? Is it God? Who is it?
Well,
Who
he's
are
in
you
the middle.
dating?
He's in the middle between me
Oh, fucking
and her,
Jesus.
for sure.
If you
Yeah,
spiritual, yeah, if you spiritual, he's supposed to be first, and then it's
Yeah,
supposed to
the
be.
women are very
Whoa, whoa,
spiritual out
whoa,
here.
whoa,
They are
whoa,
earthy as
whoa, whoa, whoa,
fuck.
whoa, whoa, whoa. If you spiritual and you in the church, it's supposed to be God. It's supposed to be the man. It's supposed to be the women. Then it's supposed to be the kid. That's how it's supposed to go. If
Well,
you in the church.
what people say, they be like, well, in spiritual terms, it's like he has to be in the middle for it to work. To be honest with you.
Nah,
What?
nah. He's
Who
supposed
the
to be
hell
Fucking.
first.
told you that? The
Yeah,
devil was a
he's
golly.
supposed to
I
be
can, yo,
Well,
yo,
I mean it in
Trucker,
context.
yo.
Of course he's
what
first. Of
he's
course he's first.
how I was
I
taught in
just
church.
reworded. I
God's
just
supposed to be the
reworded
head
wrong.
of the household, then the man, then the wife, then the kids. That's how
I'm
I
telling you,
always
the more
been.
prolific talks, the worse this is gonna get, bro. And you guys are gonna come
Yo,
around to
go
what
wait,
I'm
wait, wait,
saying.
wait.
The more he
I
talks, he gonna.
understand where he's coming from. I just put it in a different way. Of course he's first. I get that.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed. That's how I was taught.
I
That's
think
how I was
Prolific was
taught.
talking about that he's a mediator between man and wife. I think that's what he was talking about.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that's different. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
different then.
different.
My
That's
boy
different.
Bunker,
Yo,
okay?
ignore what I
Yeah.
said then.
All right, my bad.
Yeah, ignore what I said then. Don't worry about what I said.
All right, guys. Look, my guy Gary Grant is here. I want to hear what Gary got on this. What's going on, Gary?
How you doing there, little brother? First of all, you don't need anybody in your relationship but you and your partner. No supernatural this and supernatural that.
Oh,
To
you
end,
trip. You trip.
well, okay.
But go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
All right. First of
We get a
all,
hail Christ in the chat. Go ahead, Gary. Sorry.
marriage in today's society is only for one purpose: if you want to have a family. And before you have a family with a woman, G-check her, brothers. I know we all think with that little head because it drives us. So before you get into a relationship, drive it out. Young man, prolific, you're too young to be in a relationship. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh,
I'm in the
You in
right.
your
I'm in the
20s.
right. I'm sorry,
Let
bro.
me
I'm being honest
explain.
with you. I'm in the right.
Let me explain to you why I say that. I didn't get in my relationship until I was in my 30s. You know why? Because in my 30s, I was already established. I didn't need anything from my lady but the 3 C's. I'll explain the 3 C's. I needed a cook, clean, and coitus. For all who don't know what coitus means, it's sex.
Coochie.
That's all I need. I don't need anything else from my woman. The woman I've been with for 25 years never had to go out and work because she only got one boss. That's me. If you are in a relationship and you need your woman to supply your household, I'll say 65% of the time, it's not going to work because she doesn't just answer to you. Unless you're the authority in your home, your relationship don't work. That's why our parents and their parents' relationship worked. We didn't have to find out who's in charge. Dad was. When dad said go. When you get caught up, and I know a few of us grew up in single mother household, but the few of us that had dads, anytime something happened, your mother would just look at you and said, wait till your father gets home. A lot of guys don't know how to be in relationships because they think, oh, every girl is this, every girl is that. Most of the girls, when you're talking about these 304s, they're only 30% of the women. 70% of the women are not involved in nothing of that. There are good women out there, believe it or not. But the problem is, you brothers like to sleep with the same women. I don't understand that. That like freaks me out. Because
You must be
if I know
single.
I must be what?
You single?
No, I've been with my lady for 25 years.
He just
Nah, he
said that.
married, dog.
Yeah, he
No,
married.
25 years,
I'm
bro.
not married.
Oh, he's been.
No, because I didn't want to have
Okay,
children.
yeah.
Yeah, so
I
you
didn't
don't have
want
any
to.
children, right, Gary?
No, I didn't want any. So why would I get married?
That's wild.
That's the only purpose to get married is to have a family. If you're not going to have a family with this person, do not get married. It's not a good thing for men, especially if you have anything.
Well, you operate different, to be honest with you.
No, I just operate in reality. First
Well,
of
I don't
all,
operate like that.
TV and all these other people, they're not in real life. And I think a lot of the young people of today are taking the social media and TV and all this stuff as real life. That's not real life for us. We deal with regular people. But I don't know where the wires got crossed, where everybody thinks like they start talking about, I don't even know most of these people now, like a Cardi B or whatever. These people are not real. They're real
Gary,
life. Yes, sir.
do you know how culture works?
Yes, sir.
So you don't think that TV, that what is shown on TV is going to eventually reflect or have an influence on culture?
Well, maybe for you young people. See, when we were growing up, we know TV is all staged. It's not real. So we never ever took it as real. Understand what we seen on TV, we know that they put on an act. I don't know if in today's society you all take it as real. Like everything is a stage, brothers. And if you're
Yes.
going to take that as real in your life, you're going to be in a problem.
So Gary, I highly agree, bro. But here's the thing, though. In 2023, everybody is watching TV. It ain't like back then where your mama may literally kick you out the house at 6 a.m. Get your ass out the house and you go outside, play sports and stuff or whatever. They ain't built like that no more. They literally, you got some of these parents who literally keep their kid in the house all day long. All day long.
I understand that you guys grew up in the bubble wrap era. I get it. Okay. But still, we all have individuality. I don't know, maybe today everybody wants to be the same, but like, sorry, go ahead.
Gary, I understand that everyone has their individuality, right? But at the same time, you do live in a collective. Your actions do affect other people around you. We don't live in the era of you're your own man, you're on your own island. It doesn't work. It doesn't operate like that anymore. Culture is affected by mass media. That mass media affects the culture. Just think about the culture 20, 30 years ago prior to the culture now. You can see a direct link between television and that, because it was just generational. The what was it, around World War II? The men that came back from World War II, they just kind of they raised their kids, then their kids just sort of sat their kids in front of the TV, and it was just generational. It affects the culture no matter what.
Brother, nothing, what affects the culture is actions. Not things on TV, not what you watch. Because you can watch all kinds of things that's going on TV, but it's not going on in your real life. If you look at the big picture.
Cardi B twerked on TV, and then about a million women were twerking in clubs. So yes, it has a direct reflection from TV to real life.
But why would you want to be with these girls that are doing that? Isn't that your bad
You just
judgment?
said that I was too young to be married, though.
No. Young
You sound
prolific.
crazy.
You should be. Oh, hold on. No, let me just. Sorry.
Hold on. You got politicians literally on the beach shaking their hands on their head.
I know we have fools, but you don't follow a fool. Just because you see these people doing this, you're gonna follow that? Well, okay. I grew up in the hood as a young man. Most of the friends I grew up with were all gangsters or drug dealers or, and that kind of thing. I wasn't.
They're talking
Why?
about the unconscious effects of mass psychosis. You see,
Brother.
like unfortunately, music, TV, anything you internalize through your senses, even if it's unconscious, meaning you're not paying attention to it. Like for an example, if you want to study for an exam and you're a person like me that learns by hearing, you put it on an audio and you listen to it over and over and over and over and over again. Out of a sudden, you memorize a few things, right? That works the same way with music. That works the same way with TV. That works the same way with these mass media situations that we have today, right? So when you scroll down on Instagram and all you see is ass, 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 as a girl, you think that's cool to show your ass. Now, out of a sudden, you're showing your ass. That's what it is.
It's like the trend.
So are you telling me today's people are Borg?
I'm telling you that today's people are being affected by all of the media devices that we use every single day, 24 hours a day. That's a fact.
That's a fact. Yep.
Gary, I'm telling you, I'll say this right now. The average people today have an IQ about 5 to 6 points lower than they did probably in your time. And let's not even talk about attention spans. Okay.
I agree with you there, Bumpkin, 100%. But believe it or not, they were using subliminals from when I was a kid. Subliminals is not a new thing. It's been going on since the 60s. So you guys telling me that in 2023 that these subliminals is taking you over makes me feel sad.
It's not us, okay? Because humans are social creatures, right? We is someone peeing? Sorry. Is someone peeing right now?
Yo, what the hell?
Is so
Yo,
that's nasty. Okay,
that's
we're gonna move on.
That's actually kind of nasty. You could have just left the phone there, bro. God damn.
You see, you just proved the attention span thing there, Bumpkin. Because you were going to go say something and you were distracted by whoever was doing whatever.
I mean, that's obvious.
Hey, anybody would have been distracted by that shit. I'm sorry.
What? Even the dude in the chat, wash your hands.
Wash your hands. God damn it.
Bro, like, put it this way, right? Put it this way. You don't think that the C-19, right? You don't think that people took the vaccine because it was being plastered all fucking day on TV and take the vaccine, 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 take the vaccine. Come on, bro. This is part of the marketing scheme of these things that people want you to do. It's all part of the game. That's why it was on TV 24/7.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Lou. If it was on TV 24/7, eat shit, eat shit, eat shit. Are you gonna eat shit?
I think a good amount
Bro,
of the good amount of population.
A good amount. Yeah.
Would eat shit? Okay, I'll take the L here, brothers.
That's not the point. Google mass psychosis. Like, bro.
Brother, the last mass psychosis I seen was Jim Jones. Do y'all know who Jim Jones is?
I see.
So World War I, World War II. All right, Gary, you're losing me now, bro. You are losing me now.
Are you gonna compare world wars to mass psychosis?
There's a reason why the people accepted us going into these wars, right? Right? Someone had to market these wars to people. People don't decide to go into wars just because they feel like it. It has to be marketed, and that's the point of the conversation. Whatever we do in society today is marketed to people through TV, through music videos, through whatever else the fuck they try to use to control us or to influence. Influence is a better word. To influence us. And since humans are easily influenced because most of us are followers and not leaders, then it goes to Bumpkin's point once again. Whatever they put on TV, people are going to do. The majority. Let's say 51%, which is still the majority. We know it's higher than that. 80 probably, 95, whatever.
So they're putting guns to your guy's head to make sure.
Holy fucking shit, man.
You don't have to abuse authority.
Fight back! Fight back! Fight back!
The conclusion of the Aaron O Show has arrived. I thank you for being here, but we are out of time. Okay. Thank you guys for everybody that came onto the panel. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for everybody supporting the show. But we got to go. Until next time, we'll see you. Well, actually, hold on. Before we go, I did get a couple super chats. Let me read those out before we rock out here. Shout out to my guy AO. He says, if gotta be established to be with a woman, then I'll stay single because I'm not meeting a chick at the finish line to end up like Scottie Pippen. FOH. First of all, Scottie Pippen made a song and Future song. So, I mean, you might make it in a song if you do it. And so, I mean, I guess I'm with AL. I'm probably not trying to get Scottie Pippen. Shout out to Dirty Dude. He says, I took the shot because I watched over 40 people die. Yeah, we're going to get away from that conversation. I thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. But the conclusion of the Aaron O Show has arrived. We will see you guys on the next show.